Yep, I am early. I know. I'm just getting set up as usual. I'm kind of one of those early bird catches the worm kind of guys. So, you know, like if I say a stream is going to be at like 8:30, I get real antsy and I want to like hop on early and start talking. So just give me a couple minutes here. I want to be fair to people. If anyone out there listening, viewing, let me know on the sound and on the visuals. All right. Let you know about sound and visuals. Right? Can I do mic check? Mic check, mic check. And yes, we will be having wine with tonight's event. Tasty. All right. Hello, Jack. How's it going? How's the sound, man? Can you hear it all right? How's the picture here? Just getting things set up real quick. Just trying to get it all working well. So if you could, let me know how the sound is, and yeah. And how are you doing tonight with work? I know you said you were just by yourself hanging out, so hopefully you don't get in trouble watching this while at work. So like you said, you're by yourself, so you should be okay. All right, Kevin Graham, good mic and video. Thank you, Kevin. We're just we're gonna give people just a few minutes to sign in. I just started a little bit early. I always get antsy with this stuff, you know what I mean? Like I do. I get like, I don't know, I get excited talking about this kind of stuff. So I can never wait till the time that like I say the stream is scheduled, and I'm like, God damn, I always feel so bad. But thanks, Jacques. Thank you much for the check on that. But yeah, I do. I'm always like, yeah, I want to get this stream going. So yeah, but no, we'll give it just a few minutes, you know, for people to hop on in, say hello. My wife is not here. I don't know if she's going to be able to join us on the stream. So it's just going to be me. It's just going to be me manning the old station here on the hitting up the comments and the screen. So, all right, dude, 7 nights a week, man, that's rough. That is real rough. But that's dedication, man. Props to you. That's rough, but that's dedication. So good for you, man. Yeah, we'll just give it just a few more minutes here. I'm waiting for a few more dashboard items to show up. There's a little bit of a delay tonight between Streamlabs OBS and the YouTube portal. So let me just get those synced up real quick. And yeah, all right, let's see here. Make sure. All right, we'll just give it just another minute or so, and then we will get started. Because again, just like day one, I have tons of juicy notes regarding Meridian 2021. So don't worry, I got you guys covered with what happened on day 2. So like I said, we're going to get started here super shortly, just to be fair to everyone, because I said it would start at 8:30, and I know I'm early. But yeah, anyone else out there partaking in any adult beverages during this stream tonight? If you are, please chime in on the chat. Let me know what you're hydrating yourself with. I should probably get this bottle out of the view of the camera. I just noticed that right now. I was like, oh, great, the whole bottle's in view of the camera, so that was pretty smooth, huh? All right. No, Jock, I'm with you, man. I'm retired myself, and I'm telling you, I've never been busier. I cannot stop doing stuff, like whether it's this channel, you know, helping other people out with stuff. I mean, I'm just go energy-wise. So I'm kind of the same way. I just can't sit at home and, you know what I mean, take care of the garden 24/7 or be out on the boat fishing. Like I do. I have to keep mentally productive all the time, or else I just feel kind of whatever. So, but no, I totally get you, man. So, but still, props to you, dude. Working 7 nights a week, that's rough. That is really rough on your body. All right. Well, you know what? Let's get started with Meridian 2021, everyone. Yes, it was day 2 at Meridian 2021, and there was some really cool tidbits that came out of that, all right? And before we get into the tidbits regarding that, what I would like to get from everyone, if you guys could, all right? So anyone that is hanging out here right now, if you could, go onto the community tab of the page. That would be super awesome. If you could, go on the community tab of the page. Yes, the Family Hobbies and Cards page. I put a new poll up, all right? And it is pretty self-explanatory, all right? For those of you that did watch Meridian 2021, could you please vote on my community tab here? Let me know how it was. And if you don't mind too, put a comment down on that community tab thing of why you gave it what you did. The way I'm scoring this is just think of like a report card with kids, right? A is like, hey, super good. Das is uber good, right? F is, oh my gosh, were you sleeping in class, right? So please do that. Hop on to the community tab of the page. If you participate, or not participated, but if you watched in Meridian 2021, even if you watched a little bit of it, just go on there, vote. Let's get some feedback going. I'd love to hear how you guys feel, because guess what? You guys are going to be hanging out with me for like probably like the next, I don't know, like hour plus. Like all these streams always go real long. Thank you, Brett, by the way. I totally appreciate that. But yeah, this one's going to go, again, it's going to go long just because I do have juicy bits. I want to get questions from you guys because I know not everyone could attend because a lot of people were at work, all right? So if I can kind of be your portal to that information, and I'm going to relay you to even more sources out there, okay? So if you could, hit that community tab up, vote for Meridian 2021's report card. Let's rate them. Right? I mean, that's the idea of a decentralized community. That's the idea of an ecosystem that we have here, okay? I do the same thing with you guys. I say, hey, hit me up on the community tab. Tell me if I'm doing something good, or tell me if I do sucks, right? Same thing with the videos, right? If I'm doing something good, let me know. If I'm doing something that sucks, let me know as well, all right? We can only get better if we rely on each other and if we trust each other. And yes, I do trust the fans because I do this for you guys, all right? Trust me, this is definitely like a labor of love thing, all right? There's a lot of hours that go into this, and it's crazy, but it's fun, all right? All right, so let's talk Meridian 2021 Day 2, all right? Day 2 saw a completely different vibe than Day 1, okay? What I mean by that is how they structured it was really neat. They had a debate section, all right? So Day 1 was very much, I guess, not factual in terms of proper, but just, factual in terms of like, hey, this is what's happening, this is what's going on, this is what our struggles are. Day 2, they started introducing this debate style. And what the debate style did is they would bring up topics and they would kind of bounce back and forth on, who took what stance and so forth. And they brought up topics that all of us would be very, very interested in, okay? And the first one, all right, is natural, huh? So that I don't, right, keep misspelling or missaying things, I'm going to have a drink here real quick, jeez. And this is a red wine kind of night. And for those of you that are watching this, like my wife, I know she's busy because she's hanging out with like people from work. That's actually my wife's wine. So we're going to find out if she notices that I cracked open her bottle instead of mine. Because this is all I had of mine, so I decided to crack hers and save mine. So we'll see if she notices. But let's do it in the first one, all right? The first one was national approaches to regulation, all right? So each one of the panelists up here took on a set stance and, gave their viewpoints and so forth, all right? It was really neat because you did have a whole bunch of different backgrounds, all right? You had Eric, Seth, Kristen, Olienka, which, oh my gosh, if you get a chance to listen to this wonderful lady right here, and I'm going to say it wrong, Olienka, and I think they, Yinka is how they were saying it. It was, some of the stuff was hard to hear. David West, this lady, professional as could be. Amazing speaking skills. She was just able to her passion came out, but her passion came out very controlled, very professional. This lady was top notch. If you get it, I will definitely, if I ever see her name pop up, I will definitely pay attention to this lady. But anyways, it was really, really cool because it was a debate style of presentation, okay? They changed it up. They went to debates just to kind of maybe tug at the strings, right? To get us all thinking about the pros and cons, right? The different sides that we're all dealing with right now in crypto. Because remember, in the world of crypto, we are so early. We're doing this before government regulation. I want you to think about that. All of this stuff that we're doing for the majorities of the listeners, right? Because most of you guys are North American, and most of you guys are in countries now where it's not legalized yet, right? All of this is happening without any sort of government intervention, any government regulation and so forth. So, I mean, we are the pioneers of something new, right? Blockchain technology, investing, speculation, blockchain, crypto, tokenization. I mean, a lot of cool things, NFTs, right? We are. This is totally cutting edge stuff right here. We're all going to have the beauty of looking back on this 10 years from now going, holy crap, we were doing this then, right? We were grinding it out on these days that sucked where we dropped like 20, 30%. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to look back at this and go, yeah, it was because those first days it was tough, right? And we're going to look back at this and we're going to love this because this is going to be part of our character and part of what's going to define us as a generation of traders and investors going forward. So I just keep that in mind, okay, as we go through this. Now, that being said, I'm going to be extremely professional right now, all right? So any of you guys that are watching, you guys know that I am very open. I am very public about things. And I have certain viewpoints, okay, that I am open about with, okay? One of them is the World Bank, okay? I have a certain view regarding the World Bank. I've made it public, okay? Because of my interests, not interest, that sounds horrible, but because of my view regarding the World Bank, I am going to really skip a lot of this first section because of just some of my beliefs, and I don't want that to interfere with anything here. It's nothing, it's not a negative against Stellar, it's nothing like that. It's just I have certain viewpoints, and I really want to make sure that I stay neutral as much as possible to provide you the news regarding Stellar. And I just don't want you to read into some of my my past, like how I've learned and my views of the World Bank. Like, I don't want like that stuff, like my personal views, to come into this. So if you guys just could just kind of respect just that aspect of how I kind of dance around this first section just a little bit. But what was really cool was the amazing commercials by Stellar, okay? They were able to interlace commercials in between all of these presentations, and they have them on their YouTube page. Okay, so we'll get to that. We'll get to that. Don't worry about it, okay? So first thing about this debate, okay, was that as soon as they started talking about politically based topics, the chat lit up and was very disinterested. You could tell right away that when it comes to politics and when it comes to that is a touchy subject that just people can't get like their emotions out of the way and get very analytical about it. Okay, so it's kind of something interesting, right? Some feedback regarding that. If you were there, the comment section was crazy active. It was a bunch of fun. I got a whole bunch of cool snips regarding that. But anyways, all right. And what I wanted to bring up about this is that in the comments, right, as we were chatting, we actually had a whole bunch of people being very active from the channel there, and thank you if you're listening right now. We did. We had a lot of good channel support there. I'm super appreciative of you guys about that. But in the comment section, you could tell that people were starting to kind of pick through certain points and viewpoints. So it was very kind of dangerous to do the debate style because it did kind of stir up some stuff in the comments. But it's good because it did bring up a lot of collaboration, and there were a lot of people sharing stuff. So we'll just leave it at that, okay? So we'll skip over that first group. But definitely, if you get a chance, check out this lady right here. Or don't get me wrong, Kristen Smith is pro as could be. But Oleanka, if you get a chance to listen to this lady, excellent, excellent. But now let's get to this next section, because this is the one I really wanted to spend a little bit of time on. This is talking about public and private digital currencies and what the future is looking like, okay? And that's pretty much what we wanted to talk about on this second day. It's not about so much the recap of what Stellar has done, but what is Stellar doing going forward, okay? What's really interesting about this was that it was a lot about central bank digital currencies, okay, and moving to digital currencies. And one of the neat points that they brought up about this, and you could tell, okay, Candace Kelly is the general counsel, okay, so legal for Stellar. There was a gentleman talking, and again, talk about good people to listen to, Dante, okay? This guy on fuego, loved it. He was on fire the whole time, loved it, all right? Well, anyways, what was cool about this was he was talking, and he said that moving to a digital currency should increase privacy. And I think that's what a lot of us here are worried about, right? Is that with governments issuing central bank digital currencies, what is going to happen? Okay, will we lose our privacy? Will they invade our knowledge base, our spending habits, our savings? Will they know everything about us more than what they should? Okay, it was really neat to see, though, that the whole panel agreed that as a whole, privacy should remain with blockchain technology and with finance, especially government getting in our developing countries again, right? You want to make sure that they're not taking advantage of people. So now I got a tidbit for you, okay? So if you're watching this right now, I have a tidbit because I got a cool thing for you. They brought up this, all right? And check this out, all right? This is the central bank digital currency status, okay? This was a tracker, okay? There was a gentleman who was part of this session, okay, that was part of the organization that set this up. And what was awesome about this is there are now 90 countries that are interested in issuing a central bank digital currency. And we know that Stellar is working with the Ukraine right now, right? With their central bank digital currency, okay? So if you're into central bank digital currencies, tracking it, seeing, hey, what chains could they use? Will they use their own? Will they reinvent the wheel? Will they try to regulate a privatized entity? Interesting, all right? Very interesting, all right? So if you're into that kind of stuff, check this out, centralbankdigitalcurrencytracker.org, cbdctracker.org. And Frederick chimes in. Howdy, Frederick. How's it going, man? We're just catching everyone up right now on Meridian 2021. Okay. So anyways, yes, if you're interested in central bank digital currencies, this tells you where they're at. And guess what? You could click on it. Pretty interesting stuff here. Shows the different states that they're in, who's canceled it, who's researched, and who has actually launched it. All right. So definitely something worthwhile to take a look at. All right. That is a juicy bit. But one of the other benefits they were talking about regarding central bank digital currency, and Tristan, yes, Acon is behind Stellar as well. Yes, Acoin is run on the Stellar chain. All right. So when Acon is doing Acon City, all right, for those of you that don't know, there's a whole city that is going to be built on crypto. Okay. Crypto blockchain based technology. It's called Acon City. All right. Really cool thing. Check it out. I've done a couple videos on it. But anyways, yes, Acoin is run on the Stellar network, right? Okay. It's not going to be a central bank digital currency because it's not going to be issued by a central bank, but think about it. It's going to be a city issued currency, a currency that is just in that city. So its own ecosystem, cool stuff. So yeah, Tristan, thank you for bringing that up because that is awesome. All right. Acon City, very cool stuff. All right. So anyways, as we're talking about that, they said some of the benefits, right, of central bank digital currency is, think about this. Think of how much it costs to physically make money, right? I'm talking about, think of how much time and effort goes into physically making dollar bills. I don't have a dollar bill on me, but imagine this is a dollar bill, right? I mean, just think about that. Think of all the currency that's floating out there. Think of all the labor you're paying for that. Think of your materials. Think of your time, all that kind of stuff, okay? That itself, by central banks switching, governments switching to a digital currency, okay, a digital dollar, whatever you guys want to call it, okay, that is going to save on the physical, I mean like the physical expense on a budget year over year over year, okay, that is an actualized savings. We can replicate that, all right? So especially think of countries that are going through hyperinflation, all right? Well, let's tie this into that. Countries that are going through hyperinflation have to print them Benjamins in crazy scale. And by crazy scale, I'm talking like $1 million bills, $10 million bills, $100 million bills. Yeah, they got to run the printing machine, the brrr, right? You know, the Jerome Powell action. They got to run that, and they got to make all this new currency. That turns up into being a waste, right? So that's just waste, okay? So central bank digital currency, right? One of their big benefits right off the bat is it's the cost to mint money really shrinks dramatically, okay? So there's a huge benefit to central bank digital currencies. And that's why when you look at this tracker right here, all right, you can see there are so many countries. There are 90 of them right now, okay? All right, can you guys hear me? Is the sound going? I got someone saying no sound, but I thought I had good sound. But yeah, we got 90 countries, central bank digital currency, they're looking to do it, all right? Real quick, someone give me a sound check. I had someone say that there was no sound, so just help me out real quick. All right, and let's see here. And Tristan, you appreciate the info 100%. I appreciate you too, sir. Yeah, thank you for the sound check. Awesome. Thank you much. I appreciate that. So yeah, it was really cool. So let's get back to that, okay? Huge props to Tala and Circle, okay? Two companies, good evening, Bronx Boy. Two companies that I am going to follow very heavily, okay? Is Tala and Circle. I was extremely impressed with their speakers. Stellar did an amazing job with their panel. Probably the best channel of crypto speakers I've seen in a while because it was casual, educational, entertaining, and engaging. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. All right, so anyways, here's another thing, all right, that I want you guys to think about, right? With traditional currency, there are a whole bunch of delays, all right? There is, right? There's a whole bunch of delays. If you take a check and it's an out-of-state check, right, deposited in your bank, you wait, okay? The HCH system is archaic. It takes forever. Or you buy stocks, right? You have to wait a few days for those stocks to settle, okay? Do you guys remember all those kind of weird mechanical shorts that were happening and You know, all those companies got in trouble for limiting a certain company. Yeah, that's ACH, right? There were delays. They couldn't clear all the clearinghouse. The funds couldn't clear fast enough to keep up with what was going on. Blockchain technology, you don't have that, okay? So again, central bank digital currency, another benefit right there. So for your central bank digital currency fans, yes, this is good stuff. But I've got something to bring up to you guys. It's a really cool point, all right? And I want everyone listening to think about this, all right? Banks take holidays, but money doesn't. All right? Think about that principle. Banks take holidays, but money doesn't. Why are car dealerships not open on Sundays? Because banks ain't open. All right? Think about that. Banking holidays, right? The bank shuts down, you know, during those banking holidays, all right? Banks shut down, which means lending shuts down. Processing of loans. What if you have an emergency disaster and you need money right away and your bank's closed over the weekend? That's no help to you, okay? So when you start thinking about that kind of stuff, okay, the fact that banks can be closed means they're not functional with 24/7 money. You can't. If you have a problem with your bank, right, and you physically want to go into a location, you cannot do that 24/7. You just can't. All right. But if we start moving to digital currencies, digital banking, that's all digital banking, it is going to be 24/7. Central bank digital currencies will fit the need 24/7. You could have money tied to central bank digital currencies, loans that could be automatic. Yeah, automatically issued based on like credit score, amount down, use case, and so forth. That could be done through blockchain. All right. So there's a whole bunch of benefits to central bank digital currency. And real quick, just catching up with comments. Again, I don't have my wife with me just yet. She's hanging out with her work people. So just catching up with comments here real quick. Having a drink. You guys better have a drink while I catch up on comments, all right? You guys have a drink, hydrate, and let's catch up quick. All right, so we got Eric Garcia chiming in. Hello, Eric, sir. We got Bronx Boy hanging in. Yep, 11,000 XLM. Good for you, sir. Hodl strong. Malcolm Roy, cheers. So I guess that means I have to do this, right? I guess since you cheers me, Malcolm, like I guess I have to drink some red wine here. All right, so here we go. Back to that, yep, central bank digital currency. There are some huge, huge things. So Jock chimes in concerning privacy. If the International Money Fund central bank digital currencies people want to know what I do, it needs to be equal, then I want to know all of their moves. Yes, Jock. Okay. What Jock is bringing up is an open ledger principle, okay? If we move to a digital currency, okay, a central bank digital currency, essentially, because it's on blockchain, they would easily be able to track all of our transactions. They would be able to know how much you spent on booze every month. They would be able to know if you spent your money at the local bodega. Yeah, you guys like that? I can use bodega terms. I got it, man. But you see what I'm saying? There's a privacy issue that I think all of us are kind of really, really freaked out about, okay? And I'm totally like with you guys on that. I'm nervous about that because no, my money, that's my privacy. All right. I view money very much privacy wise, like I view my own personal thoughts. Don't with it. All right. That's just how it is. Okay. And what Jack is trying to say, and Jack, dude, you got it going on. And Tristan's right, man. Jack, you got it going on. If the government is going to remove all of my privacy with money in terms of making it decentralized open ledger, okay, then you know what? I want that same transparency with the government. Got to be honest with you, I don't think we're going to see that from the government, but it's the truth though, okay? With that, all right, there is that fear that what about if they use it as a tool to monitor us, okay? And what was neat was everyone on this panel, okay? Everyone on this panel right here was talking about, no, it's got to be private, right? They all believed it in different levels of how deep it should be, but you know what I'm saying? Like, but they all did agree though that it should have that idea of privacy, all right? And I really want to hit in one big point. Banks close at night and banks take holidays off, but money, our needs, don't take time off, okay? Society runs 24/7. I have a guy right now who's watching this video who works 7 nights a week. His money, he works 24/7. He is up, he is doing things. He is working while banks are closed, all right? That makes zero sense. Banks should be open 24/7, serving the public because money runs 24/7, all right? What about those of us that would like to shop, right? On those holidays that we get off, right? I mean, yeah, but you can't because I mean, certain things don't open, like the no approving of home loans during those things. I'm sorry, but I want to move into my house. Get rid of this time delay. Anytime you hear the word delay, delay means it costs you money. All right. Anytime they delay your home stuff, it costs you money. Anytime they delay anything in the world, it costs you money. You delay shipments, it costs you money, et cetera, et cetera. All right. So with the ACH system of always needing a few days to clear, using blockchain technology, getting instant transactions like on the Stellar network, right? You would be able to alleviate that gap. All right. So let's just catch up. Jack says, actually, I'll catch up just a few before that. Malcolm Roy says, we can't track them, though, to answer his questions. Private side change will occur for different classes. Malcolm, we will look at, I think if you start regulating crypto that way, I think then we would start looking at what would be known as the ultra dark web. All right. I mean, taking it to another level. A level that if they squeeze us, we squeeze back on a different way. All right. If you guys get what I'm saying with that, I'm ultra dark. All right. But anyways, let's just get back to it. Jack says, I don't mind what they know about me and a law-abiding citizen. I'm an open book. I don't do illegal stuff. They have to do the same. And Jack, whether you're like a law-abiding citizen or not, right, it's still the idea of privacy. Okay. Like when I'm in my house, okay, like this is my home. Okay, this is my safe space, right? This is the place that like I feel most comfortable. Okay, like if I have a bad day, where I want to go is home. All right, and I really believe that money should be very much treated the same way, because I have to put my time in it, time that I can never get back, to earn money. All right, my most valuable asset is time. All right, so I'm giving up my most valuable asset in time. I want to keep that private. All right, I really believe in that, and that's just kind of my own personal belief, but. Yeah, I mean, that's just kind of something that they were going over with. Bronx Boy says, the money is down with XLM to have freedom in my life. Yeah, I mean, it is. It's XLM is going to provide a lot of freedom, and I'm going to get to some very interesting use cases later about XLM. Stellar, I'll say Stellar, is changing people's lives. Really cool stuff. Eric Garcia says, as long as your crypto in cold storage, it's a lot harder for them to trace. Yeah, in hard commodities. Precious metals, just throw it out there. All right, if you want to get stuff done, get precious metals. Easy, just get precious metals. Just throw it out there. Real quick, Felix says, distance and delay are mental constructs that only limit mankind. We're going to cancel both. Yes, Felix, that is the overall concept of evolution, innovation, and how blockchain now is, I can't even say it's money 2.0 or 3.0, because it's a whole different take on technology. You know, with stuff being decentralized like Stellar on open platforms, very different than what we're used to with legacy systems. And we're going to touch on legacy systems a little bit here later. Super, super huge. All right. But anyways, yeah, that was the whole idea regarding central bank digital currencies. Now, that being said, what was really, really neat, and you guys are going to find this hard to believe, and I swear this happened in real life. I have snippets. I can provide it. Danelle Dixon actually joined in on the chats. Yeah, she was actually in on the chats participating with people. It was really cool to see. There was no better interaction that I could see, like as you know, like a YouTuber, right? I hate how that sounds. I'm gonna like change the name or something. But like there was no better satisfaction that I could see than watching someone, right, who's in a very important role actually hang out with people, right? And like chatted and texted like a normal person, not like a robot, right? We all know about, you know, Facebook guy, robot guy, right? No, she was human. It was really, really cool. And she had some really, really good one-liners. So it was awesome to see someone like her have a serious drive towards the betterment of the underbanked and also be a person at the same time. All right. It was very, very cool to see. So let's move on. All right, because this is what you guys really care about. And this is also why I started a little bit early, because this is where the interesting stuff is. And real quick, I'm going to hit up some comments here. Dubity says, I don't know how much longer I can hold XLM. It just keeps going down. Is there going to be a bull run still this year? No one knows, and we're going to touch on that. That's actually near the end. They start talking about the crypto bubble. All right, we're going to talk about that because that's what's actually in this part up here. That's actually coming up right after this segment. We're going to talk about that. All right, so just hold tight. really interesting stuff here, right? Because I'm going to kind of let you guys know how they presented the bubble and how they presented risk factors and what Stellar's doing to make sure that they don't get affected by the bubble, all right? So just stick with me. That's after this segment here, because I know you guys are really, really interested. And Felix chimes in, said she paid attention to the convo. Paid promotion of the Stellar brand will be a focus in 2022. Yeah, Stellar is going to go hardcore, all right, on paying attention to branding and recognition. So with that in mind, if you guys could, go on the community tab, all right? Do me a favor. Go on this right here. Go under the community tab of the page. Yes, the Family Hobbies and Cards page, all right? Go on the community tab and vote, right? It's the Meridian 2021 report card. Ooh, I've got 7 votes already. This is juicy stuff, man. Do it. If you guys watched Meridian, even if you watched a little bit of it, just go on there, give us a vote. If you want to, leave a comment on why you felt how you did. If you want it to be anonymous, why you felt how you did, like a feedback method, email me. Like, email me. I'll totally keep it anonymous, kind of like the idea of like news reporting. Like I'll keep my, like I'll just keep it anonymous. So it'll just be something like, maybe I'll post your comment as me on there. Like I'll say person X, and I won't use your name. I'll make up something like fake, like generic person 1 or whatever. So yeah, if you want to tell me what your feedback is, but you don't want it to be public associated to your name, go to the about section of my page, hit me up with an email and just tell me what you thought. I promise you, all right? I promise you it'll be completely anonymous. Destroy the email, not worry about that. But what I'll do then is I'll go back and I'll post your comments in here under my name, and I'll just see like generic person 1 put this. So if you guys could, go on this community page right here and vote on the Meridian 2021 report card. For those of you international fans, okay, we're doing this report card like a grade report card for like our kids. A is really good, B is really good, A is super, B is really good, C is kind of average, D is F is okay. So A is das ist super, right? F is das ist Mert, all right? Das ist nichts gut, all right? So yep, go on the community page and vote for how they did, all right? But yeah, okay, so let's get now to the growth of Stellar, because everyone wants to know about the growth of Stellar, and I know that's why you guys are all here. So let's do it, all right? So the growth of Stellar, all right? What was interesting, they brought up some of these things here, okay? It was the opportunity to work on fees on lower transactions amounts, okay? If any of you guys go on the Stellar ledger, all right? And I'll do that while I'm talking, all right? If any of you guys go on the Stellar ledger, all right, and you look at some of the transactions, all right, just give me a second. Let me do that so I can get to the Stellar ledger. And if you look at some of the transactions, let me see here. I go to this one. And then, okay, so if you look at some of the transactions, they are very, very tiny, right? Like some of them are very, very small, especially like some of like the award transactions and so forth. And you still have to transfer them. So there's fees. So some of these smaller transactions, yeah, it's kind of, it's crazy because the fees sometimes are more than what the amounts are that are being transferred, all right? So one of Stellar's big things, all right, and again, this talks about scalability and how do you onboard new people, all right? You got to show them that your product is superior, and we're going to get to that because we're going to tell you how Stellar is superior and how they're going to take over the market. And I have a year that they have by when they want to take over the market, all right? You guys are going to like this, and how you can help and how I can help, all right? So yes, there's an opportunity to work on fees for lower transactions amount. Imagine you wanted just to like, you wanted to go to like a swap meet, right? Or a flea market. And someone's like, hey, it's 25 cents, for this Matchbox car. Well, in the world that we're in now, you just click, right? Send it over, okay? The problem is though, like for something that is like, those lower amounts, the fees are like proportionately high compared to that, okay? So Stellar is going to work on lowering fees for lower transaction amounts to see if there's a way to make that happen, to encourage more frequent use, to encourage more peer-to-peer use between us, okay? Actually not someone, I had 3 of you guys yesterday do super chat, super stickers on the channel. And seriously, thank you a lot for that. I don't expect it. I don't require it. Awesome. My wife and I talked about it all night. You feel good about that stuff. But wouldn't you rather send it like with Lumens? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, it's if you could do it and if it's cheaper and if we can keep interacting more digitally, right? Like not touching coins. I actually have a coin on my desk, right? Not touching pennies and handing it back and forth. That would be huge. That would be a way that Stellar could grow and to multiply, okay? So that being said, if Stellar can work on lowering the fees for lower transactions amount, that could get more casual use, all right? It was really, really cool. All right, so let's see what else they had. Trading roles, right? How does trading fit into this? How does speculation fit into what Stellar's doing, right? Kind of interesting, okay? When you think of trading, all right, most of the people that are watching this show are traders. Some of you guys are long-term, some of you are going to be mid-term. Some of you guys are just short-term. Let's just quick hit it and let's just get the F on out of here, okay? No matter where you are, you do have a home on this channel, okay? We do try to provide you information on all three cases, all right? But what's interesting about that is in terms of Stellar, speculation has no utility, all right, at all right? It doesn't help it at all. Speculation doesn't, okay? What's going to actually help Stellar is their use case, okay? So yes, speculation helps Doge. Speculation helps SHIB. I own SHIB, okay? So I'm not knocking SHIB, all right? I own SHIB. So that's my speculative play, right? Speculation, okay, and meme and bubble and rules the roost, okay? Those things are important, all right? But when it comes to Stellar, that's not what Stellar is about, all right? Stellar is about use, market use, and utility, okay? How can it be used as a global standard of payment by 2025? Yeah. Stellar wants to be the global standard by 2025. I want you to think about that. They said this publicly. Their goal is to be the public payment standard by 2025. That is not far away, all right? That is not far away at all. Now, that being said, that doesn't mean like the price is just going to explode by then. What I'm talking more about, that's about them in case use. They want to be the standard, all right, by 2025 for payment systems. Let's see, we got a bunch of people talking in about hodling. Yeah, that's where I'm at. I mean, I've easily got another 2.5 years. I'm probably going to push my horizon even further out and really try to hit something crazy, mainly just because now I'm even further into how their mission statement is, and we're going to get into more of that later. Jack chimes in, speculative exchange is not XLM's goal. This is a token to help fix problems in real life, not the metaverse. Yes. Yeah. And Bronx Boy, no, we're with you, man. You just got to hold strong, dude, and you just got to keep grinding. That's all it is. Keep grinding and making good decisions, man. But no, Jack, you're right. This is a token, and we're going to talk about what Stellar is, all right? I've even got a thing, all right, that is going to tell you what kind of car Stellar is. Yeah, I've got it. Stellar is a kind of car, and we're going to explain it, okay? But what was really neat about it is, so what happens next with the growth of Stellar, okay? What was really neat to hear is they're going to start talking about engagement more with us, all right? The end user. They're going to start talking more about us that want to use this as remittance tools, as payment tools, right? Like, what if, we all go out one day and like we all go out for drinks and we're like, you know what, let's split the bill. Well, let's just all just send each other X amount of lumens, split it up, and boom, be done, right? That's kind of what we're looking at for future. Getting engaged, how can we build Stellar to help us out, right? How can we use Stellar to help build the world better, right? Their slogan for the whole thing was build locally, impact globally. All right. And that was a big theme that was carried out throughout the whole thing. All right. So it was really neat, engaged ecosystem. Other thing that they were talking about too was that the over speculation and fiat money into the market, and we're going to touch on this more in a little bit because this is going to go into the crystal ball section and the section after that. All the fiat that's dumped into the market is causing speculation with certain coins, and you guys know who they are, okay? So let's keep going, all right? We're gonna go now to my favorite section all day. So again, people that you want to hear. Boris was awesome, all right? Again, if you hear his name come up, definitely someone you want to hear, all right? That was good. And Patrick from Securency, another good one you want to listen to. These, actually, all the panelists were really good, but Boris seriously stood out as, a very, very classy guy. All right, so crystal ball predictions for Stellar, all right? Crystal ball predictions for Stellar. Here you go, okay? So, AirTM, all right? And this is on the section that we're in right now, okay? AirTM, positive growth long-term with near-term hurdles, okay? So this gentleman right here, okay, is the CEO and founder of AirTM. Right now, Stellar, AirTM, they're working on a remittance corridor to help out between the United States and Latin America, okay? Ruben is sitting there and he's saying, hey, look, we know this is going to be a good project. We know that blockchain is the future, right? But we know there are going to be short-term hurdles, and the hurdles, I'm sorry about that. The hurdles have to deal with regulation, because remember, the whole globe is regulating at a different time and different pace, okay? Right now, I've got people from Puerto Rico, Canada, I got people from Europe, all over, all these different countries, right, that are watching this channel. The country that you're in is regulating different than the country of the person who's next to you sitting in the camera. Like, you get what I'm saying? So we're all working at these different paces here. And the problem that they see is that short term, since the whole world isn't working together towards a crypto regulation, because think about it, the internet's not regulated like that. You see what I'm saying? Or I'm sorry, the internet is regulated. Like, each country does kind of like their own weird crap thing, right? Makes no sense. That's what they're saying is going to be the short-term hurdles for Stellar and for all of these companies in the near-term future. It's going to be that regulation is happening at a different pace in different countries across the world. They even had said that you may have to wait just a few years for regulation, even in the United States, to appear. So kind of think about that, right? When we start thinking about time frames, that's for regulation to appear, okay? Now, once things, I guess, start getting approved as legalization, as, hey, let's go guns blazing, right? And especially if the SEC starts kind of doing some stuff here, then you're going to see hedge funds dump money in. You're going to see companies dump tons of money in. We talked about that yesterday. There's a huge just chunk of money waiting to get it going, all right? Let's see. So let's keep going with this, all right? So Lisa, okay, Lisa Nestor, really, she was brilliant too. She was really good. Lisa Nestor was saying that there are challenges with regulation and each government has their own rules. So how do we go about it, right? How do you, as Stellar and MoneyGram, right, work on sending payments to the Ukraine if the Ukraine's rules are different than France? But what if the user is from France and the user from France is sending money to Canada? Because Canada has a different set of rules than France. And then there's also the exchange of money, which some governments aren't allowed to exchange with each other because of issues. You guys get my point? There is so much of an interwoven thing, okay, that is, it's a messy ball of just, blah, okay, it's gross, you know? And that's what they were saying. Short term, we are going to have some headwinds, all right, man? Short term, we are going to have some headwinds, all right? And what's going to happen is we're going to deal with some of these bumps along the road, all right? And after that, though, long term, it is clean, okay? But remember, we're early in this, all right? We don't want to keep saying this is the wild, wild west, but it's true, right? This is the wild, wild west of crypto. You know what I'm saying? So with all this, it was really important that they all decided, and regulation kept coming up. Regulation kept coming up, okay? And I want you to think about regulation this way, all right? This is how messed up this situation is, all right? So everyone who's watching, everyone who panics on price drops. And before I get to that real quick, everyone, let's just cheers it. So whether you got water, red wine, beer, Everclear, whatever you got, let's just cheers it real quick and have a quick one. Ooh. All right. But I've got one, okay, that's just going to kind of blow your mind too, all right? I want you to think about rules and regulations, all right? There were rules made in Mexico, all right? And this is what Ruben was talking about. There were crypto rules, right? Blockchain rules made in Mexico that were completely outdated and antiquated within 6 months. Because the crypto space, the crypto sphere is just so evolving so quickly, their laws could not keep up with it. So now not only are we talking about maybe say like an SEC regulation issue in terms of like how fast this is happening and countries working on different planes, but we're also talking about how we view and use crypto is totally different. Think of El Salvador and Bitcoin. 6 months ago, El Salvador and Bitcoin wasn't even an idea, right? It wasn't. I mean, think about that. And now El Salvador has Bitcoin as legal tender along with the US dollar. So you see what I'm saying? These laws that were written 6 months ago might not even work anymore. This is just like when the internet first came out and everyone was wondering, you know, who's going to regulate the internet? Who's going to regulate all this weird stuff on here? All right. So, I mean, this is pretty crazy, man. Like this is really crazy stuff. So there's a lot of regulation, and the regulation that has been drafted, it may be out of date by the time it gets to vote, right? Because we know how long it takes to draft something. We know how long it takes to get through all the steps. And then to vote, it might be old news by then to where they have to kick it back and rewrite it over and over and over again. So short term, okay? And, For Felix, Eric, all you guys out there, Tristan, all right, for you guys listening, okay, short-term headwinds, we will face short-term headwinds, and everyone agreed on that. There's going to be short-term headwinds, whether it's speculation via bubble or whether it's the government's messing stuff up by not regulating it quick enough or not doing a good enough job or over-regulating. There will be headwinds. But remember, these are long-term plays, all right? These are long-term players in a long-term world with long-term solutions. I cannot stress that enough, okay? They did short-term headwinds, long-term run, all right? So let's keep going, okay? So other cool things that they said is they also have to develop trust, and that is the key to digital currency going forward. All right, that's a tough one. When they rolled out Bitcoin is legal tender for El Salvador, a whole bunch of people distrusted the government. They're like, why is the government doing this? Are they trying to watch us? Are they trying to steal our money from us? You name it, okay? A whole bunch of people were very publicly outspoken about Bitcoin in El Salvador, residents of El Salvador, that is. And I actually went on the Reddit forum. You guys can actually follow my post on the Reddit forum. And yeah, people were very open about it. They were very open about the distrust of the government. How would you feel, right? For all my U.S. right, compadres out there, how would you guys feel? Would you trust a U.S. issued central bank digital currency? No, I don't think I would. I mean, because then that would mean I would probably have to tie it to my phone, which, yeah, you guys get what I'm saying. And I got to stop saying that, right? But anyways, yeah, the key for central bank digital currency, the key for Stellar going forward, the key for crypto going forward in blockchain is trust. How do we create trust with the end user? How do we create trust that, yes, when, let's do this, okay? Let's pretend something, guys. You ready? All right? Let's pretend that Stellar goes completely nuts, all right? Let's say Stellar goes completely nuts and just blows up price-wise, all right? Are you confident that you're going to be able to cash that out when you need to? All right. If you're in the United States, it's probably pretty easy. Other countries, it might not be so easy. So you could see that there is this trust issue that central bank digital currency, that crypto, blockchain, all has to work around. All right. When we started doing debit cards, right? I remember that because I was a kid when this happened. When we started doing debit cards, and it's not a debit card, it's a gift card, but it's a good, like, prop. When we started doing debit cards, all right, and I remember that I was young, I didn't believe it. Like, I didn't understand it. Like, my money is on this thing. Like, what the heck do I do with this? You know what I mean? I understood, I guess, like it was just weird. Okay. I was part of it. I kind of grew up through that. I grew up through where like the credit card machines like would slide through it. But anyways, like debit cards, right, started coming popular when I was a kid. And I was like, wait a minute. So my money's on this card. And I just had this weird concept of wrapping it around. If you start now trying to convince people that their physical dollars now are on their phone, that is a huge trust issue. All right. That is a huge trust issue. So going forward, crypto, Stellar, digital currencies, blockchain, trust is going to be a huge thing. And we talked about that early on in this stream. And if any of you guys are jumping in right now and you missed anything on the live stream, these will be in the live stream folder for you. You're welcome to go back and watch it. So whatever you see that's on the screen right now, like, so for instance, I've got crystal ball predictions. That's the section of the presentation that we are talking about right now. And so let me just get caught up. You guys are talking about XLM, automated market makers, Stellar X. Keep doing it. Light up those comments. I love it, guys. You do it. Don't worry about it. I'll try to keep popping in. All right, making sure that I'm keeping up if you guys are like hitting me up with stuff or questions. But yo, keep it going in the comment section. I love it. This is great. This is exactly how Meridian 2021 was. There was a separate conversation going on in there while the presenter was speaking. Loved it. So keep it going, guys. Jack says, El Salvador took advantage of the dial-up technology available with Bitcoin, but in the future there's going to be broadband. Jock, well played with the analogy. Yeah, and what's going to happen is El Salvador, Bitcoin and Ethereum users are going to get screwed on gas fees. I'm just telling you that right now. All right. Bitcoin, Ethereum users, it might be sexy now, right? I'm telling you right now, it might be sexy and hot. Ooh, I use Ethereum. Ooh, I use Bitcoin. But what are you paying gas fees? I'm sorry, but like, it's not hot to pay a lot of money in gas fees. It's not. That's a waste of freaking money. So for those of you who are out there that are like budget conscious, Bitcoin, Ethereum have no use in like the real world in terms of like a transactional usage between us. Like, yeah, if you want to go, black market and you want to go all hardcore on the deep web, then you go pay your gas fees, man. That must be worth it for you. But I'm talking about like just transactions with us, transactions between people in African countries, in Mexico, in underdeveloped countries, okay? Gas fees don't work. All right, so those people that are using gas fees, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and sorry about that, the dogs are scratching at my door, that use these gas fees and all that stuff, right? They're not, once they know that there's a better option out there, Stellar, they're going to work towards that option, right? They're going to work to see, is that option usable for me? Okay, that's where Stellar needs to put the word out there. They have to let people know that there's a better option than Bitcoin and Ethereum for moving money back and forth. Let's see. Eric chimes in, and Felix, no, you, and sorry, I'll just trying to keep up here. Tristan says, keep on going, brother man. Info on point. Thank you, Tristan. Yeah, like I said, this was really long. I tried breaking it down for you guys. It's been some long days, but it's been tons of fun, dude. Tons and tons of fun. Eric says, Felix says, Stellar is gunning to be the global payment standard by 2025. And it can happen faster if we help them. And I'm going to get to that at the end, okay? I'm going to get to the end, how we can help Stellar, all right? Because they're asking for help. And I think we can give it to them. I think there's ways we can help Stellar, and I think we can make a huge impact. And actually, I know we made a huge impact already, all right? And I'm going to share that with you guys. But anyways, carbon footprint, XLM, low carbon footprint. Yes, XLM is a very low carbon footprint, very different, all right? The idea of mining, right? Gas fees and mining is going to be antiquated. It was good to start with, right? It paved the road for all of us. I'm not going to knock, Big Daddy like Bitcoin, but it's going to turn into antiquated technology the more you start seeing what's happening with Stellar. All right, so let's keep on talking about crystal ball predictions. All right. The other thing, too, is it's extremely important to understand that the currency market is the biggest market in the world. And now we have to add crypto and DeFi stuff to that. I want you to think about that. Of your global markets, all right? Of your global markets, all right? And Jack, I'm going to get to your question real quick, all right? So just give me like a split second, dude. Because I have an answer for that, all right? I do. I got you on that one, all right? But I want you to think about that. The currency market, okay? And by the currency market, I'm meaning the currency market that's traded is the largest market in the world. When we start now using digital currency, transaction times are going to be faster. Liquidity is going to be flowing faster and faster between borders, okay? So crystal ball, if we start moving more funds, and you've already seen it. You've already seen how big USDC is getting. If we start moving more funds to that, we're going to have more liquidity to the world a heck of a lot faster. All right, so let me get to Jock's question real quick, or his concern. I'm sorry about that. Jock says, my worries are Stellar is not promoting our XLMs out there as good as our big brother XRP. What's the deal with that? Guess what, Jock? They admitted it. They admitted that they need to do a better job getting the word out there, increasing use case, okay? Because I want you to think about this, all right, Jack? Here's your good way to think about this. You are in Argentina, and inflation is insane, okay? It's insane, right? Your $1 that you have now is worth like 1 penny, okay? If you knew there was a way for you to transfer your money to, say, like USDC and pay for things with USDC instead of your Argentinian money, you would be beating inflation every hit. Because you would be transferring it to USDC, you would then be using the USDC off-ramp to convert to the native currency on the back end for payment. You would be beating inflation every time. That is a tool all of us can use in the world. Right? All of us can use that tool in the world. The problem is no one knows about that, Jack. And I don't want to say no one, but there are not many people that know about that. In fact, right, we can tell how many people know about that because we can tell how many asset holders there are, which tells you, if you really want to know, right, when you start going to Stellar, and this is just very like high level, okay, so I don't want you to dive too crazy deep on where this comes from, is what was it? There's a chart on here, and I'll do it another time, but it has to do with active wallet users. All right, there's not that many. There's not that many active wallet users. All right, I want you to think about that. Okay, so anyways, let's continue on with the crystal ball. All right, now with the crystal ball, this is coming from the panelists. All right, this here is not my dissemination of the facts. This came from them. The crystal ball panel, all right, that's this panel right up here that I got on the screen for you, believes assets are in a bubble. All assets are in a bubble, all right? All assets are in a bubble. And at Eric, dude, Eric, thank you for helping out people on team. This is why this channel kicks massive ass, because you guys are helping each other out. So huge props to Eric for that. Eric, thank you so much. That was awesome. So yeah, thank you guys for helping each other out in the chats. Thank you for helping each other out. Super cool stuff. We are a decentralized channel who are here to help each other out, right? So yes, the panel does believe that all assets are in a bubble. And the reason all assets are in a bubble is because of this. And if you're watching, juicy bit, okay, check this out. The World Economic Forum, all right, has, check this out. Total public debt in the United States increase, yes, but guess what I have? I have a heat map of the world. Yes. Net borrowing as a share of GDP in select countries. Oh, look at the darker the color, okay? More purplish, all right? The more these countries borrowed in terms of percentage of the share of their GDP and how much fiat is being dumped into the market and how much debt is being raised by these countries. Look at Canada. It ain't getting any hotter than Canada. Canada is on fire right now with how much they're borrowing. Hey, not far behind is the good old United States, who's borrowing on my grandkids' money apparently right now with all their programs that they're spending stuff on. But everyone on the panel, all right, says that they do believe assets are in a bubble, and they're in a bubble because of all the fiat money that's been printed over the last 18 months. That is huge, all right? That is really, really big, okay? That being said, what they're concerned with is this, and this is what everyone here needs to listen to, okay? And before I get to that, let me do this. Let me say cheers to everyone out there. Cheers to everyone out there. Thank you so much for participating. If you could, leave me a thumbs up on this. And if you also could, do me a favor, go on the community tab. I've got a thing on here on my page on the community tab. It's a Meridian 2021 report card. Grade them. And if you want to leave a comment of what you think they did right or wrong. If you want to leave a comment, but you want it to be anonymous, do me a favor. Go in the about section of my page, hit me up and email me. I promise you, it is on live stream. I'm going to make this video public. Don't worry. I promise you, I will put like my name and say like generic person 1, put X you need to improve on. All right. I will make sure that if you want to give them feedback, we can do it anonymously through me. And I'll just post it this way if you guys are cool with that. All right. But yeah, the other thing too is make sure you check out the MoneyGram demo pilot. And when you go there, please comment that Family Hobbies and Cards sent you, because yes, I would like to show them that we have one heck of a strong force of a family here. And yes, you guys were even commenting in the Meridian chats about the channel. So props to you guys out there. That was actually pretty cool. All right, so let's get back to the stuff, okay? But yes, the panel says, all right, that their biggest concern right now about crypto is the bubble. And what's up, Bernard, man? Good. Thank you for the sub, man. I totally appreciate that. Real cool. But let's just catch up on comments. Jules is buying Stellar as a hedge against the economic crash. Yeah, Jules, we talk about that a lot, man. A lot of us are using crypto to hedge against inflation and economic crashes, and we're going to get into that right now. So Jules, I don't know how you knew, but you just came up with like the best segue for my next segment. So Jules, you kick some massive ass. Thank you very much. So I'm going to have a drink because of that, because Jules helped me out with my next segment. All right. So let's go into first what Jules is talking about is the crash, right? And hedging, using XLM to hedge. Well, anyways, the panel talked about the biggest fear they have right now is if the crypto market crashes, right? If a crypto bubble pops, okay? I want you to think about this, all right? If a crypto bubble pops, their biggest concern is infrastructure. And Tim, cheers to you, sir. Definitely. But yeah, their biggest concern is that infrastructure, crypto infrastructure will crack, all right? That is what they're really afraid of, okay? They're so afraid that any of the progress that we've made, right, as crypto blockchain pioneers, because that's what we are, all right? I do not misconstrue any of that. It is God's honest truth. We are crypto pioneers. We are doing this before the SEC even gives us the green light, right? That is us as people in one way or another saying, screw you, we're going to do our thing, okay? That being said, what if the bubble does pop? Will more people lose trust in crypto? Will we have to wait 3 or 4 years for it to come back to get another run at this blockchain infrastructure? Will it derail a bunch of things? I mean, it's a whole bunch of stuff that we all have to keep in mind, okay? And that's what the panel said. They're most concerned. It's not pricing. It is not pricing, okay? There's a lot of liquidity in the market. People got that itch to trade, all right? I think we understand that. And there's still a lot of fiat that hasn't even been put in the market, okay? Your hedge funds have yet to go into crypto. Okay, a lot of hedgies can't do it because it's not SEC regulated. A lot of people, investors, have not got into crypto because it's not SEC regulated either. 401ks, you get my point. Okay, there's a lot of money there that's sitting on the sidelines. So it wasn't necessarily the price. Yes, they said there was short-term price stuff that they were worried about, but their big thing was crypto infrastructure and trust. If there ever is a market crash, and I say correction, all right, let's just say correction, because when you say crash, it rebounds like freaking 2 months later. It's nuts. But what they're saying is they're worried about infrastructure and trust in crypto, all right? And Jules, thank you again. I totally appreciate that. So that being said, let's talk about the tech strategy going forward with Stellar, all right? Sorry, I'm just going over my notes here real quick here. Okay, let's do that. Let's talk about the tech strategy going forward, okay? And this is with a wonderful gentleman. His name was Tomer, okay? Dude spoke yesterday. Dude spoke today. Rock on. And Lisa Nestor, really good. Ruben, again, someone you got to listen to. Amit was really good as well, okay? So if you're interested in certain speakers that maybe you should try to follow, you know what I'm saying? Or, you know, maybe like if they have Instagrams you want to follow, hit me up like in, like send me an email or send me a message or something like that. And I'll tell you who I thought were some of the better speakers out there if you wanted to follow them on Instagram and stuff like that. But let's see here. Okay, so the tech strategy in 2022, okay? Ooh, so let's talk about that. So we're gonna go into tech, and we're gonna talk about how it turns into the closing statements for strategy. Okay, check in 2022. All right, 2021's focus was liquidity. Everyone knows that. Automated market makers, end of story, okay? Stellar's strategy, and if you guys are ready for this, I kid you not, this is totally what the word was that was used. Stellar is a Toyota Prius. Don't laugh. Don't make fun of me. No, I swear to God. Stellar is a Toyota Prius. Reliable, sustainable, affordable, and not sexy. That is, I swear to God, that is what they said there. That is how they described Stellar. And the reason they described it that way is they said because that's what businesses want. They want a platform that is reliable, sustainable, predictable, easy to maintain, right? Where gas fees aren't going to destroy you here and there. Okay, that is why these companies are using Stellar's chain. That is why they're building layers on top of it. That's why they have all these amazing strategies, all right? It's because Stellar is not the Ferrari that, guess what, if you don't know how to drive it, you're going to wreck it. Right? Or if any of you Mustang fans out there, right? Crowd control Mustangs. Don't let Mustangs do burnouts by a crowd because you know what's going to happen. Yes, that is exactly how it is. Stellar is the Toyota Prius. I have a Prius, so like Jules, it's totally cool. I love the car. It's I can't tell you, I love it. Like I love my Mustang too, but like, yeah, I love my Prius, but for different reasons. But anyways, yes, Stellar is a Toyota Prius. And their analogy with that was very interesting because I want you to think of what a Prius does. It will get you there. Toyota reliability, blah, blah, blah. You guys get it, right? That is Stellar. It is going to get you there. It might not, you know, be able to hit you in the quarter mile the fastest, but it will get you there. And that's what companies want because companies are looking at this as a long-term solution, all right? Crypto is a long-term solution. Let's see. Jack says, Jules, that's a good way to put it, but XLM is more than a bet on Vegas. This is coming and it is coming fast. Yeah, it is. I get what Jules is saying, like using it as a hedge. And you can use this as a hedge technically, Jules, if you're hedging against investments that are tied to something that is inflationary, right? Then you could technically hedge against it. Now, if you're investing as a contrarian play, right? You are investing thinking, hey, as the market crashes, Stellar's value goes up, not as a hedge against inflation, but as a hedge, or I'm sorry, as a contrarian play. That's a different story. So Jules, just let us know. Are you hedging or is this a contrarian play? Just kind of curious about that. I like contrarian trading, by the way. That's why I brought that up. But yeah, let's keep going with that. Okay, so technical strategy 2022. Are you guys ready? You guys ready? Because Stellar is going to blow your freaking mind, all right? Whew. All right, technical strategy 2022, 5,000 transactions per second. You heard me correctly. 5,000 transaction per second capability. So when we talk about scale, when we talk about use, okay, I want you guys to think about that. 5,000 transactions a second is moving. All right. I mean, that is completely. I mean, that is fast. All right. And I've got a few slides I want to bring up here really quick. So give me a super fast turns. Well, where did I have this here? I had it. Give me 1 second here. I want to find a chart that I had, actually some files that I had here. And I just got to think of where did I put it? I'll find it later and I'll tackle that later. But anyways, yes, 5,000 transactions per second. That is Stellar's goal for 2022. Scalability, SpeedX, and batch trading. Yes. Check this out. Cryptocurrency bridges, Flare and Pendulum. Yes, bridging Stellar and Ethereum. How do we get Ethereum, people? Right, to kind of come our way? Build a bridge first. Build a bridge and then have them go into native token. It's super easy, right? Tease them with a bridge. And then when they think, hey, I don't have to use the bridge, I can go native, then that's how you get them, all right? And let's see here. Jules says, a contrarian play is a better way to say it, thanks. No worries. That's my way of saying thank you to you, Jules, was saying it is a contrarian play. Yes, not a hedge, but a contrarian play. I'm hedging against crypto. I'm hedging against inflation with my gold plays based on, I believe, assets deflating of my EV plays, okay? That would be a hedge. I'm hedging gold against EV plays based on one doing well with inflation and one doing bad with inflation. So just throwing that out there. But yes, crypto bridges, Flare and Pendulum are going to be a big thing going forward because guess what? If we can convert more people to understand about the Stellar chain versus Ethereum, we will all be happier. Ooh, I got a juicy one for you, and they're going to give us more details regarding this, okay? Bounties. You guys know what bounties are, right? Yeah, do you guys know what bounties are? I mean, everyone knows what bounties are. And Pacer likes coffee. I'm going to answer that really quick. I just want to talk about bounties super fast, all right, Pacer? And then I'm gonna get to that because I want to explain that, okay? Because that's going to lead me into another segue. You guys are way too good, okay? Like, stop with the segues, man. You guys are doing way too good. Bounties, yes. Stellar is going to issue bounties on problems. I don't know what necessarily that means in terms of details, but it almost sounds like, hey, they're going to give a problem and they're going to pay you to solve it. That's usually what bounties are. You get paid to fix a problem. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. All right. I want you to think about that. So now they are understanding their worst things, their weak points. Okay. Their weak points, right? They're going to issue bounties to tackle that. All right. Really, really neat stuff. Okay. Innovation, they're asking for our help. And that is going to get into what Pacer Likes Coffee said, which is, why do you think it is that XLM is such a poor marketing public relations? All right. And Eric says poor marketing. How so? Eric, I'll give you a viewpoint. Okay. The reason people see Stellar as poor marketing and poor exposure is because their product is so superior. I mean, think about this. Their product is insane superior, all right? Super, super superior. But yet they don't have a bunch of users, right? Isn't that kind of weird? Think about this. Not only is their product super superior, but I mean, like, they don't talk about it much, right? They don't share it. They don't celebrate it the same way, okay? Like, they don't celebrate milestones and so forth. So they got the superior product that's less expensive, okay? So basically, they don't have a Prius, right? They've got a Ferrari, though, that was built by Toyota. Like, you get what I'm saying? They've got just like this massive, reliably cost-effective, super performing machine. So yeah, I think a lot of people feel like their PR is off because when you have such a strong product and you're not getting the strong results of wallet holders, okay, of native asset holders. And this is what I'm referring to as native asset holders, okay? They don't have a strong showing of that, all right? And that's what these charts are here. You could see over the last 2 years here, okay, this is month over month how many asset holders that they've gained. No. Like, they have not done a good job in the last 2 years, okay? So Stellar really does have to ramp it up when it comes to PR. And no, Jack, not Puerto Rico. I get why you would think that, but yeah, that was actually pretty cool. But yeah, it's true. They're focused on quality. They are focused on making it to where they are making sure that the user is happy with their product and thinks that their product's reliable so they could come back to it, okay? So let's get into the last section, and then we're gonna go crazy Q&A, and we're gonna have some fun here because I wanna answer all of your questions. So let me do this. Let me just quickly sip on some red wine super quick while I look over my notes because I have the last section coming up, and then we can go over some juicy stuff, all right, guys? That's muscadine wine. Very strong. All right. Let's see. Octavio says, Stellar reminds me of Flexa Network. Both have a great product, but their PR sucks. Yes. And that's what we're going to get into. You guys are leading me into these segues way too good. So let's talk about that, okay? Let's talk about Stellar's PR. Let's talk about what Stellar can do. And maybe if we're lucky, all right? I don't know if it's possible. But maybe if we're lucky, someone from Stellar is listening and they're taking notes. If not, we can always help them out because they did ask for help, and I'm going to explain how we can help, okay? But really quick, thank you guys. Super support. Love it. Let's right now talk about charting the course for 2022. Danelle Dixon's closing sentence. And this is not my closing sentence, all right? So don't do that, okay? Stay on. Keep watching. We're not done yet. I got plenty of energy, guys, all right? So closing statements for her. She admitted that Stellar is a Prius. All right. I want you to think about this. All right. She did. She really thinks of it as a Prius and that companies are going to want to invest in Prius. All right. In something that's reliable, affordable, and dependable in the long term. A company is not going to build with SHIB. Hello, it's not. Who other than speculators out there, how many people are really buying into what SHIB is doing as a long-term solution considering how expensive it is to transfer money? It's great for speculation. Do not mistake that. I own SHIB. It is great for speculation. It is great for playing some short nasties, but man, you got to watch out because long-term, it is very expensive. But anyways, okay. The other thing Danelle said that is coming out of this crisis, all right, and we're talking about the global pandemic, global scandemic, whatever you want to call it. Coming out of this crisis, we need blockchain's help. And what she's talking about that is a lot of the programs and a lot of the countries that need help, it is taking forever to get resources to them. All right, again, by switching to blockchain, we can circumvent the time and delay that costs people money. All right, and she said that blockchain is going to be the answer. And because of the crisis that we've gone through, that has accelerated our need for quicker payment solutions and for quicker finance solutions, all right? That is the big thing that came out of that, all right? And Jules, yes, SHIB is all hype. It is very true. Jack chimes in, talking about Prius, we need to keep up with the newest technology. If you see electrical cars not helping evolve from gas, at the end, electric power comes from gas. Yes, and that's kind of the idea is innovation. Stellar needs to keep innovating, all right? They need to keep engaged and they need to keep growing because guess what? What you did today is awesome. But what you know, if that's tomorrow and you still haven't done anything, then it's old. Someone else is going to beat you. I mean, someone else will beat you. They will build a better mousetrap, all right? The one thing that they said was that every time someone talks about like, setting up a company, can someone do it better and do it cheaper? You always have to think about that. And so Stellar has to keep innovating to make sure that they are the best option out there. And thank you everyone for watching because you guys are doing awesome in the comment section. I'm doing my best to keep up. I'm sorry I'm not messaging back. I don't have my wife with me today. So thank you so much, you guys, for keeping that comment section active. I totally appreciate you guys. You guys are kicking massive bad word. But yeah, let's keep going on with that. Stellar can fit so many use cases as the world evolves. And this was Danelle Dixon. She's talking about people, cross-border refugee cases, all right? How cool is that, all right? Cross-border refugee cases. So as we've seen turmoil in the Middle East, Stellar can give these people a chance to convert their money to a digital currency, literally cross the border with their kids and their loved ones and not lose their money. And to be able to take that money and convert it and to use it into the country that they're going to, all right? I want you to think of that as a use case. So for those of you out there, all right, that are looking at what Stellar does, that's what Stellar does. Stellar is providing people out there with opportunities to get banking and finance solutions that can help them with some of the most dire times in life, all right? One of the cool commercials that they had, all right, and I will highly suggest, please do, guys. Please do me a favor if you can, all right? anyone that's into this stuff, go to the Stellar Development Foundation page. Check it out. Check out their videos. Any video you see, tell them Family Hobbies and Cards sent you. Just let them know that you guys got support from the channel. But the really cool thing about this, all right, was that, and I'm trying to think of which video it is. I'll try to find it. I'll have all this stuff on there. There was a video that they showed, and it was a commercial, and it was a refugee. And what was so cool about it was that this refugee, they just described how the use case is helping people. All right, it's awesome. All right, and really huge shout out to Khalid Mohammed. I gotta say this, huge shout out to Khalid Mohammed for shouting out the channel in the chats at Meridian 2021. So Khalid, thank you so much for shouting out the channel at the chats in Meridian. That was really cool. There were actually a couple of you out there that were shouting out the channel at Meridian in the chats. That was really awesome, guys. I did not expect that. That was super cool. So Khalid, thank you so much, sir. That was awesome. That was really cool. Thank you so much. That gave me chills. Ooh, I kind of like that. That's community support, man. That's inclusive. I like that. Thank you so much, Khalid, for that. That meant a lot for me. But yeah, Stellar can fit so many use cases, right? So we talked about the refugee being able to use their money. But what about if we are hanging out, right? What about if we're hanging out and, we want to split a cab? You're like, oh, I want to split a cab. Well, how do you do it? Well, just you pay for it. I'll transfer you lumens. Boom, done. All right. There's so many use cases out there. All right. It is so neat. All right. It is just something that we could use on a daily basis. Okay. So the biggest problem that Stellar has is not explaining, all right, that these use cases can, there's so many applications. And that was actually my comment. I actually said that publicly several times to them and to Danelle in the chats. I said, hey, there are people like me and you out there that we use PayPal to send money back and forth. You should be educating us on Stellar wallets, or on wallets that use the Stellar chain, right? That's what you need to start tackling us with, because we want to use that too. Ask me about it. Ask me about it. You just struck something with me, all right? And I'm going to tell you a story, all right? Ask me about it. So, and I'm going to hit Jock up real quick and then ask me about it. I'm going to tell you a story because you're very similar with me. I'll tell you about my past a little bit, okay? But I'm going to start with Khalid. Again, thank you, Khalid, for mentioning the channel. Hit me up with an email, dude. Hit me up with an email, all right, man? Go to the About section. Hit me up with an email, Khalid. I want to talk to you about something real quick whenever you get a chance, if you could do that. Jack chimes in, every time I watch one of your videos or live streams, I learn something new. Now I know why Stellar creating links with Ethereum and others. Yes, Pendulum. Look up Pendulum, Jack. All right, Pendulum is what you need to look for. That is the big one, all right? Look for Pendulum, all right? If you look up Pendulum, look up Flare too, okay? I want you to look at Flare F-Class Asset, all right? Look up Flare F-Class Asset, and I want you to look at Pendulum, all right? I want you to think about that. Okay, so now Ask Me About It says this, all right? And Ask Me About It. I'm going to use this for a little bit, so thank you for the talking point. Ask Me About It says, the transfer fees my south of the border employees pay to send money to their families through Western Union is ridiculous. That's one of the reasons why I'm into Stellar. All right, ask me about it. I'm going to get a little bit personal now, all right? And this is really cool. And Mohammed, please do, all right? Please hit me up in the email, all right? I'm gonna send you something for appreciation wise, because that was really cool what you did. So, but yeah, ask me about it, all right? We're gonna talk about that, all right? And Jules, all right? I'm gonna talk about that too, okay? I worked for a massive company. I worked for the largest optical manufacturing company in the world, all right? I am not kidding you. The largest optical manufacturing company in the world. They owned everything, okay? We had massive facilities across the border. Massive facilities, okay? We had massive facilities in Chihuahua, Tijuana, a few others. Well, anyways, all right. There was always this concern because I actually went to the border, okay, San Diego, where Tijuana is, and we did a project there, all right? And Eric, yeah, I think Eric, can you put a link, please, if you don't mind, Eric? I'm just trying to keep up with this. If you don't mind, Eric's going to share a link with the demo video of MoneyGram used on Lobster. I can't show it page for page. I just don't want to get like plagiarized. But Eric, if you could attach that link and let them know just to mention me in the comments, that'd be, if you could do that, dude, that'd be super cool. But anyways, getting back to my story. So we did this project, okay, in San Diego, and we flew into San Diego, and then we headed south of the border to Tijuana. Okay, we had a massive manufacturing facility in Tijuana. When we crossed the border, war zone. I am kidding you not. I don't know if any of you have been to the border, all right, of Tijuana. War zone. And I'm not knocking on it. It is holy crap. Well, anyways, okay. So we go to Mexico, and we had armed escorts the whole way. It was really, really cool. We had armed escorts. We toured the facility, and my eyes were opened up to a scene I had never seen before. The conditions that people lived. As we're driving to the facility through Tijuana, the homes, dirt floors, open roofs, what we like to call three-quarter buildings, where they have one like wall completely open, so like the wind can kind of swell in. The conditions were crazy. And what was interesting was one of the people that I actually met at this thing, okay, at this the project that we had to do there, was telling us that he has family that worked for the same company up in the States, okay? And he was telling me that that person up in the States makes X amount, and we were just talking about money. And the dude was really, really cool. So anyways, he was telling me just how much money it cost him, or his family, I think it was his brother or something like that, sending him money back, how much it was. And they both worked for the same company. It was really, really interesting, okay? Like, just, it was really interesting. But it was the idea that his brother, okay, and I think it was his brother or uncle, something like that. But anyways, he was talking about his brother, all right? And I'm just going to say his brother so I don't keep messing it up. About the amount of money, because every time he had a check, he would take that check and he would go to Western Union and he would send it to his family in Mexico. Okay, so it was these two guys, right? And they were both of the same family, and they were both pooling money together to send it even further south, right? Closer to Mexico City, okay? And they were both telling me how friggin' expensive it was and how dangerous it was, all right? So it wasn't only just the fees that were insane that he was describing me about, but it was dangerous, all right? He was telling me how scary it was carrying cash around in Tijuana. And I'm sitting here like, I'm you know, kind of one of the corporate guys rolling in, right? And I'm just like hearing this guy talk, and I was blown away by it. So when Ask Me About It says that, you know, when he's sending money to the south, or when his workers are sending money to their families south of the border, the fees, it's nuts, guys. And the people that need this money, okay, we're talking about like this is totally common. This is called remittances, all right, where people leave their country and then they send money back, okay, to their native country, all right. Those people need that money, all right, and those fees that are gobbled up by like your, you know, MoneyGrams, Western Unions, and so forth, they are insane. Anywhere from 4 to 15%. In your uber developing countries like your Middle East, you're like your really like risky places, you can pay 20+% on small transfers. That's crazy. That's a tax. That's a tax on the poor, all right? So when it comes to Stellar helping out, in a way, all right, if we're going to kind of turn this into like a derivative notion, in the way Stellar is stopping the taxation on the poor, all right? Don't quote me. Yeah, quote me on that. I don't care. It's true, though, right? By lowering the fees, right, instead of using like, you know, Western Union MoneyGram, which MoneyGram is going to have a wallet, right? They're going to be totally helping people out, the end user. So Ask Me About It. I did. I saw that firsthand with the situation. And the other weird thing is, I don't know if any of you guys have been near the border recently. Do you know that you can pay with pesos on the United States side of the border? So tell me that there's not a reason for a digital currency that you could travel across the border and not have to worry about exchanges. And the reason they accept pesos across the border is because they don't want to worry about, all the fees, safety, and exchanges. So just kind of food for thought. Yeah, I did. So I did. I had, and my company is very interlaced with like different foreign countries for manufacturing. So that situation with Mexico is very, very common. There's a whole bunch of people that are sending money back home. People sending money back home to India, Mexico. I had a whole list. I did a whole video about all the remittances. Tons of countries, okay? El Salvador, Chile, Peru, Mexico. I mean, there's tons of people out there, and it's nuts. Let's see. Jack says, I used to go south of the border from San Diego every weekend to Tijuana. San Diego's nice, man, but, dude, you go into Tijuana, Tijuana is rough. We had armed escorts. We were in special buses. It was really, really cool, and we had armed escorts from the time we actually got to the border. All right, we had armed escorts the whole way, and actually we had escorts. The actual Mexican police is what joined us at the border. We actually had our U.S. people helping us right before we got there. It was really, really cool experience. So let's see. Considering all the hype around Bitcoin, Felix J says this. Considering all the hype around Bitcoin, I doubt a multimillionaire like Akon would have traded all his Bitcoin for XLM if he had even the slightest doubt that it's going to take off big time. No, I have a feeling. I have a feeling that use case is going to win in the long term. So Felix, I think you're right, man. I do. I think use case is going to win in the long term. And I think scalability and fees are going to destroy Bitcoin and Ethereum. Once crypto starts becoming more adopted by larger segments of the population, gas fees are just going to blow up. And people are going to want to use crypto, and then they're going to want to use a more affordable, quicker version of crypto, and that's going to be Stellar. The blockchain. I'm sorry about that, guys. Khalid Muhammad says, I send money to my dad when he goes to India and usually pay around $40 to $50. And how often are you sending it? Like, are you paying? Like, are you sending him money like every couple weeks? Because the families that I knew, like that worked in our manufacturing plants that were sending money back home to Mexico, they were sending money home every paycheck. Like every paycheck, they would take a certain amount and send it home. And yeah, like I think that's kind of crazy. It's nuts. So yeah, Khalid, if you're doing that, man, and like you're doing this like every week, think about that. So let's use like Khalid, if you don't mind, I'm gonna use you as an example, all right, dude? So he wants to send money to his dad. And how cool is that, right? That's a total noble task, right? Wants to send money to his dad, but sadly, $40 to $50 of it goes to fees. Like, that's not cool, man. Like, think about that. Like, that's $40 to $50. And I don't know how often you're doing that, Khalid. Like, if you're doing that, like, every time you get paid, and like, if you get paid like every 2 weeks, dude, you're sending almost like $1,000 in fees, man. That's crazy. Like, that's totally crazy. Okay, so you said it twice when he's there. Okay, cool. So he's not getting $100. $100 in India, that goes a long way. That goes a long way in India. So it's think about that, right? So we even have someone right now, okay, that's hanging out with us, watching this live stream in the chats, and he was talking to us. And Chris, I'll get to your thing, all right? I'll get to your thing, all right, Chris? But what Khalid's saying is that like his dad is getting shorted out $40 to $50. If there's a way we can get Khalid to get a wallet, and like to get his dad set up with a wallet, we could save his family $40 to $50 every time they send money. I want you to think about that. That is a use case, okay? This is how Stellar wants to know, how can we help? All right. So how can we help? All right. Is there anyone else? Is there anyone out there that can help Khalid, set up a wallet with his dad, like so that they can transfer money without paying the crazy fees? All right. You guys get what I'm saying? If we can help each other out, if we can help the network, if Khalid can then say, hey, you know what? I want to talk to Stellar. I want to set up a Stellar community fund project where I set up a special wallet between where I live and people in India. I bet you Khalid would get a whole bunch of people in India that would want to help out with that too. All right. So I want you to think of these projects that maybe we can do this together. If you guys have projects, right, have ideas, I will gladly help people out. I'm not the best, like I'm not a coding guy. I've told everyone that, but I am a Lean Six Sigma operations finance guy. All right. I'm your business guy. Coding, I just cannot do. That is not my thing. But let's go to Chris Singletary really quick. What makes you so confident in Stellar? I did a little research and I like what I'm hearing so far. All right, Chris, I'll sum up Stellar for you this way. And I don't know when you just joined, like if you just joined, Chris, you kind of missed like some of this, but yeah, I will, I'll touch into that. I like Stellar because of how they're doing it, right? Consensus protocol, automated market makers, the first one ever built on the protocol level, not layered, okay? Built on the protocol level, which is huge. I like Stellar because when I watched them at Meridian, all right, and I'm gonna give you guys my personal opinion, okay? When I watched them at Meridian, I really believed in what they said. You can see people when they talk, you could see human heart, you can see human emotions, you could tell the people who are the shit artists, right? You can tell the people out there that are fake as hell, that like, you know what I mean? Like as soon as you leave, they talk behind your back. Like you guys get what I'm talking about. Those are some shady effing people, and you can pick them out. You can pick out them slimy people, right? We know that. We have this weird skill that you're able to get that. I did not pick that out with one single person from Stellar. I did not. There was not one person in their organization that did not believe in their mission, and not one person that didn't have this fire. Like you could see it like in their eyes. Like you could see this compassion. you could see it when they explained something, like even in the panel, like if another panel member said something that struck a chord, you could see them on camera physically like retract, or physically like shrug their shoulders, or physically, you would see them like smile, like, oh yeah, that's awesome, I can't believe we did that. You would see that. That is something that, like, there's no stat for it. Okay, there's no stat to how well a team works together. And what I could tell you is that the Stellar team did an amazing job working together. All right, the Stellar team did an amazing job working together. They all talked about the same things. Their mission and their belief in the mission is the same. So with Chris, right, saying what makes me so confident in Stellar, it's the fact that they believe in their mission, and that's what they're working towards. And, the other thing too, and Bob, if you're listening, if you could take out the 2 girl dogs, that'd be awesome. Sorry, my son just joined in on the chat. I'm going to tell him to take out the dogs. So Bob, if you're listening, please take out the dogs. But yeah, and so what's interesting is with Chris is, what made me so confident though, is that their team, the passion of their team, and the smarts and their diversity of their team, the backgrounds they have, all right, for Stellar Development Foundation to build a team, okay? If you ever want to build a big team, you build the biggest, most diverse skill set team you could ever imagine that wants to work together without having egos. I didn't see anyone with ego there. Even Danelle Dixon was a person. Like, she was a person. She was tangible. Like, you could feel her energy. You could feel her passion. And you could feel her being as a person. It was really, really cool to see. A lot of times when, company CEOs get out in front, they do this kind of, act all proper, like, God forbid they drink wine on camera, right? But no, she seemed personable. She seemed real. She seemed like someone that really understood what the mission was and how to get to the mission. And they talked a lot too, all right? So Chris, they talked a lot too about being financially responsible. And that's a big thing too. To hear that early on, that Stellar is being financially responsible, is big. So that's kind of my big thing. So hopefully, Chris, that answered your question. Let me get caught up here real quick. Let's see. Sorry, I'm just trying to catch up with the chat. So give me one quick second here. Joe Sanchez. Hey, what's up, Joe, man? Thanks for checking in, dude. Thoughts on Doge Lumens, a meme utility coin on Stellar Network. How can it not catch Doge and Shiba? It's going to come down to use case, and it's going to come down to, do people believe in this kind of stuff? I think part of the problem is, Joe, like, there's so many coins out there. Like, are we kind of maybe getting super saturated with coins right now? Like, and is that what's going to happen? Are we going to just keep layering coins on top of coins on top of coins on top of coins, where we're like talking about like Doge Shib, or Shib Stellar, or Stellar Bitcoin? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, is it going to get to that point where things just get so convoluted that, like, we're just, oh crap? I mean, that's kind of what I'm worried about right now. Is that just, are there going to just be too much of this damn coins and so forth? Yeah, I like your comment, Clee. It was true. Yeah, Clee's got a good one. But let's see. Let's get caught up with the comments here real quick. Ask Me About It says, what's your thoughts on Jed McCaleb getting involved with the XRP lawsuit? Do you think SEC will go after XLM as well? No. Totally different thing. Two totally different things. What XLM got in trouble, what XRP got in trouble for, XLM cannot get in trouble on the same thing, okay? One other thing you have to think about too is XRP and XLM are both very different. One is a nonprofit, all right? That's a big difference. Big difference. So no, I do not believe that XLM is going to face the same issues as XRP did in a lawsuit. Two totally different cases. I might want to do a video on that actually. I maybe give me a second, guys. Let me make a note. Maybe I'll do a video on the XRP XLM lawsuit. I'll just make a note real quick here. Give me a second. All right, sorry about that. I just want to make notes as cool stuff comes up just so I help you guys out. But yeah, let's keep getting caught up here. All right, so again, what's your thoughts on Jed McCaleb? And Jed was kind of cool too. If you guys watch Jed was kind of cool. Drab, I got a small amount of Doge Lumens. My personal view is, I mean, I'm definitely going to hold a little bit of everything. I mean, just in case, right? I mean, you can hold a little bit and things go nuclear. I mean, whatever, but not advice, just kind of thoughts out there. Let's see. Chris Singletary says, yes, thank you. Yeah, you're welcome, man. Hopefully that kind of gave you a better idea of what I was looking at. Khalid Mohammed says, just looking at their office on the video, looks like they're doing very well. And Drab Reckon says, not even 1,000 holder. Let's see. We are going to mute this because this is going to bug me. There we go. All right, here we go. Let me know if that works, if I can kind of block that out real quick here. All right, cool. All right, but anyways, yes, Jules chimes in and says, yes, too many coins, yes. So let's talk really quick, too, about too many coins, okay? I want you to think about that, all right? Too many coins is a huge, huge situation, all right? For those of you, all right, that dealt with the dot-com bubble, it was the same idea. There were too many dot-com businesses out there, okay? There were too many businesses with the dot-com in the same hemisphere that made 0 cents. All right. XLM Stellar, okay, what they're saying is to weather the storm, they have to build on their utility and they have to build on their case use. The more they build on their case use, the more they build on their utility, the more they will be able to weather any sort of near-term storms, all right? What was very interesting about that, and Jules, this kind of ties into this, okay? What was very interesting about that is that with Stellar, all right, the whole panel, all right, and this was a multitude of companies. This was not just Stellar. The whole panel themselves, all right, all said that they are worried about short-term headwinds from regulation and speculation in the bubble, all right? I want you to think about that, okay? Joe says, at Recon, not even 1,000 is just getting started. Yes, very true. Ask me about it, says, please do a video on the SEC stuff. I'd like it broke down from your point of view. Yeah, dude, I got you on that, man. Don't worry about that. I just, sorry, I have my note here. I've got a few things in my head, and I don't have my wife helping me out here, so I think I might drink like her whole bottle of wine. Like if I get done early enough, I'll just slam all her wine down. And so I'm gonna make just another note here. All right, cool. All right, yeah, I got you guys. I'll definitely do an XRP XLM lawsuit video and kind of break it down. It'll be really cool because Discovery's not for another couple months, so yeah, totally cool with that. But yeah, really, really neat stuff here. So charting the course for 2022. Now, you guys, let's talk about some really cool things. Stellar achieved all their goals in 2021. All right, I want you to think about that. Stellar did. They achieved all their goals in 2021. And that is something super, super important. And I am going to go, and I'm going to look for a file here. And it is called Meridian, and we're going to let that bad boy search. And it's on an SSD, so that shouldn't take too long. Okay, so we know it's not on this drive right here. So let's go to this one, and let's go to Meridian. Oh, boy. See, you guys got to get SSDs because SSDs are just amazingly fast. Like, I love this stuff. I have so much crap on here, and these SSDs just totally plow through this stuff. But yeah, I'm going to show you guys a really cool couple of slides here. So just give me a quick second because it is going to pull up all of my Meridian slides right here. And I think, let me see here. Give me 1 second. I'm just trying to find where I had those saved because I thought I had them in here. And let me see if I got them in here. Give me a second, guys, because I do. I have some really cool files or some screenshots I wanted to show you guys, and I'm 99% positive it's in this folder. So let's do this Meridian. There we go. They are in this folder. I'm so dumb. All right, so let's go through some cool slides. Hey, guys, check it out. Shout out from Josh Ginsburg to the channel. How cool is that, huh? Really neat stuff. That's not what I wanted to show you. I just got a whole bunch of cool Meridian stuff. So let me show you this one. All right. This right here, again, this was some of the things that I was putting in. Capitalize on the mention and bring more people over. Stellar needs to bring a whole bunch of people over to their page. Sorry, I'm trying to find the actual thing. And again, it's so much easier with my wife with me because she is like a pro at this stuff right here. All right, so check this out. All right, I've got this up on the screen. I will make this now a little bigger. Check this out, 2021. So this is what Stellar wanted to accomplish in 2021, all right? They already got it done. They already got it done. So for those of you out there that are worried about weathering a storm and so forth, check it out. This is a company that is constantly developing, constantly improving, and constantly growing, all right? Look at all the big things they did here. I mean, check this out. Look at 2021 results, right? Look at this. Look at one of their things was right here on the bottom. Explore the possibilities of automated market makers. Not only did they explore it, dude, they hit a home run and did it, right? How freaking cool is that? So yeah, really neat to see that Stellar is doing more. All right. So if you guys are out there and if you are worried about bubbles, okay, and if you're worried about if your investment is going to make it, boy, look at the case use they got here. Or I'm sorry, look at the case they have for staying relevant. All of their 2021 goals, they knocked it out early. All right, they knocked it out early. Let me get caught up on comments and then we'll show a couple more slides. I'm going to leave this up here for you guys so you guys can check out all this stuff. What I'm going to do, give me 1 second here so you guys can read it because I know you guys can't see it here. Let me go to Streamlabs. I'm going to shrink myself a little bit just so you guys can see it. And I'm going to throw myself up on the top. If this is an okay location, let me know. Let me know how that works. I just want to make sure that you guys can see all this stuff on here, that I'm not covering it up. So I've got a little bit of a lag. I just switched it over. Let's see if you guys can see it. I'll get caught up on the comments while the change happens. Let's see. Khalid says, do you think time to add more before MoneyGram releases next month? Khalid, you got time. Like, and I'm only saying that, like, and again, it's just my opinion, right? It's not professional investing advice, but you have time because, boy, we still got some headwinds with regulations. I have a feeling regulations are going to knock us down. I really do. I think regulations are going to open up quite a bit of trading here. So just something to think about. But yeah, let me know if you guys can see this any better right now. Oh, I may have blocked the chat. Oh, crap. Hold on. Let me go back to Streamlabs and I will move myself right here. I'll be right in the middle. Hopefully I'm not covering anything up for you guys. Let me see if that works better. Let me know if that works better in the screen placement right now. Just let me know in the comments if me in the center of the screen works best. But yeah, I got this chart up on the screen right now about what they did in 2021, and it is awesome to see that they accomplished it all. Chris Singletary says, yeah, definitely get some before MoneyGram releases. Yes, that's what I've been doing. I actually broke my rule, guys, and I'm going to make a video about it. I did. I broke my rule. I can't even, I swear to God, I broke my rule. And what's up, Marquise, man? Shout out to you, sir. Marquise, thank you for hopping in. And real quick, Marquise, if you missed anything, dude, don't worry. This is going to be in the live stream folder. I did a full recap on day 2 of Meridian 2021. And right now we're kind of taking people's questions and comments and concerns globally, like nothing too like crazy granular, but more like just kind of global concerns and so forth. So huge shout out to Marquise. Thank you, Eric. Yeah, as long as this is good position-wise, I'll keep it right here just so you guys can see everything right now. But I'm going over some slides that were at the end, okay? And Tristan says, glad I found this channel. Definitely sticking around. Great info. Well, thank you, Tristan. I appreciate that. I'm trying my best, you guys. I really am. I'm trying my best to keep giving you guys more and more juicy bits. And I do have more, because what kind of host would I be without more? Whoa, here's a juicy bit for you guys. I'll make this one a little bit bigger. All right, you guys want a cool stat? So for everyone that's watching right now, cool stats, all right? Yeah, Marquise, seriously, man, like, it's in there, so whatever you see on the screen, all right, dude, like, whatever you see on the screen, that's the topic I'm talking about. So kind of use that, like, as your guide table of contents, like, if you want to, like, fast forward through stuff. I'm trying to make it as easy as I can for people to kind of catch back up on the live streams. But I want you guys to look at this, okay? Look at what I got up on the screen right now. Operations Q1 to Q3, all right? I want you to look at that, all right? It took 3 quarters to reach 1 billion transactions on the Stellar network. All right. So Chris, I've got more reasons for you. All right. On why I'm bullish on Stellar. All right. So for everyone out there, more reasons why I'm bullish on Stellar. Operations Q1 to Q3. All right. So for the first 3 quarters of this year, there was 1 billion transactions on the network. 1 billion transactions on the network. Do you know that it took them several years to get their first 1 billion total transactions? Yeah, it did. It took them several years to reach 1 billion total transactions. And yet, in the first 3 quarters of 2021, they already have 1 billion transactions. So you could see their scale in terms of transactions is really, really steep. Like, actually, I'll do it backwards so that you guys are looking at this the right way. Right? It took them how many years, right? Several years to reach 1 billion transactions. In these last 9 months, they've hit another 1 billion transactions. That is growth, all right? That is a company whose development is growing, all right? Really, really neat to see that stat right there, okay? So I'm going to leave that up on the screen here real quick. Catch up on some comments here. So Jock says, some coins out there give a bad name to crypto. We need to get them out of circulation. It's misleading, counterproductive for the real ones to be able to grow. Okay, Jack, here's one for you, man. All right. So in 2018, 2017, Tala, it was Tala and a couple other people out there were talking about them wanting to help the underbanked, but they couldn't get funding because crypto had such a bad name. They couldn't go to banks and say, hey, we're a crypto technology company. We want to help people with banking, because in 2018, 2017, Bitcoin was used for every darn ransomware out there. Crypto had such a bad name because of Bitcoin and the dark web implications, right, that Bitcoin was used on, that it screwed funding for all of these crypto companies. So that's why Stellar's Enterprise Fund is massive, okay? Because Stellar's Enterprise Fund is giving funding to companies that were turned down by traditional legacy banks. Yes, your same banks, right, that are closed. You know, the ones that are closed when you want to buy a car on Sundays. You know, your money doesn't close on Sundays, but banks close on Sundays. Our money works 24/7. Jock's hanging out at work right now, right? Jock works. He works nights. His bank ain't open. That's not right. That's not right, okay? So anyways, getting back to it, that is the concept we're talking about, okay? Is that this crypto blockchain technology, all of the funding for it was stifled for the first few years because of exactly what Jock said. Bitcoin gave it a bad name, a bad vibe, all right? That stifled the investment in this crypto chain, cryptoverse, all right? So I've got another juicy stat for you, or another juicy slide, maybe I should say that. So this one was number 4, so we're going to go to number 5. Only got a few more left. All right, so now 2022 initiatives for Stellar. You guys wanted to know what Stellar is going to do to grow, all right? And one of the biggest concern that I picked up on this channel is that you guys are upset with Stellar and their PR. And no, Jack, we're not upset with Stellar's Puerto Rico. We're upset with their public relations. Just a joke. If any of you guys out there were on the chat earlier, it's just a joke. So if you guys missed it, you missed it. That's why you got to hop on earlier. All right, so the 2022 initiatives for Stellar are huge. Number 1 is Drive Utility, okay? So all of the programs that we're going to see launched in 2022 are going to be around these initiatives, okay? So the first one is Drive Utility, Drive Use. Why should people use Stellar? Well, less fees. There's no gas fees. It's quick, and yeah, okay, we can go on a million times. You guys get it, why I'm bullish on Stellar, right? Drive Utility, Drive Use, Drive Scalability, all of that kind of stuff. Build the pools, the liquidity pools, automated market makers. Let's grow it, okay? So Drive Utility. All right, you guys ready for the next one? And this is huge, okay? And this is where I was very, very glad to see them listening to the chats. Check this out. She brought this up. She said this in her presentation, in her closing statement, that they admit that they have done a poor job with engaging people. They have done a poor job ignoring their social media, maybe in a certain way, right? We talked about how Facebook isn't even, they didn't even announce automated market makers on Facebook. That's a fail. And you guys know I love Stellar. You guys know it. And like, seriously, I sent messages to Danelle in the chat on specific things that Stellar did wrong. No, you have to celebrate, all right? Stellar, you have to celebrate. That's part of business milestones, right? Near-term milestones that keep your investing crowd and your work crowd motivated, right? It is so hard, right? If I tell you guys, I want you to plan for something 5 years out, y'all are going to get bored and you're not going to pay attention. But if I tell you to plan for something 1 week out, ooh, now I got your attention. You could wait a week, right? Yeah, she admitted it. They need to engage people, company, and resources to create an impact. And you know what? We are one of those resources. We are. I kid you not. We are one of those resources, all right? So what I've asked everyone to do, all right, is to go to Stellar Development's page. Subscribe to them, all right? Do it. Subscribe to them. You don't have to. I'm just saying it, we got to help them out, all right? They're asking for help, and we can help as a community, okay? And yes, Eric is right. Facebook needs to go away. Dude, Facebook needs to go away, and so does TikTok. All right, man? Facebook and TikTok need to just get the F out of here, all right? I hate them. The only thing I like Facebook is Marketplace, because they got like really good deals for certain car stuff on there. So just throwing it out there. But if you guys could do me the biggest favor in the world, they had a pilot, a MoneyGram demo pilot, okay? And if someone could please put this link in the chat comments right now, if you guys could go to this MoneyGram pilot And when you go there, go in the comments and say Family Hobbies and Cards sent you and put that in there. Let's show them how much support they actually have on the YouTube community, okay? So again, if you could, go on that MoneyGram pilot demo, view it, tell them Family Hobbies and Cards sent you, and let them know what you think about the demo, because that is the MoneyGram demo. Ooh, official juicy bit right there. And while we're on that too, do me a favor, go on the community tab of my page. Yeah, do that if you guys could. I've already gotten 17 votes for people. Holy crap. Do this, Meridian 2021 report card. All right, do me a favor here. Go on that, vote how did Stellar do. A is good, A is super, B is pretty good, C is neutral, D is F is, oh, this sucks, I don't want to watch. Vote, let me know what you guys thought, comments. Dude, I'll totally post it out there. But let's keep up with the chats, and let's keep up with what you guys are talking about, and let's keep up with any questions that you guys have, all right? So Jack says, I heard there's cat coins for cat lovers. I'm a dog fan, so I'm allergic to cats, so I probably wouldn't do that. Eric says, or Felix says, I'd like to see XLM at 1,000 per coin. That would look good. Okay, you guys want to know about 1,000 per coin and scalability? There was one question that I asked that I never did get an answer of, is remember, if Stellar does go to 1,000 a coin, I want you to think about that. When Stellar first started, it cost 20 lumens to open a wallet, okay? Through consensus protocol votes, all right? They have now changed it to where it only takes 1 lumen to open a wallet, all right? So I want you to think about this. Let's pretend XLM does go to $1,000 a coin. Now, we would all be like, well, wait a minute, who would want to open up a wallet that cost them $1,000? Well, it's pretty easy fix for that. Stellar Consensus Protocol could vote to make it to say, hey, you only need to have 0.1 lumens, right? Or maybe $100 to open a wallet, or 0.01 lumens, $10 to open a wallet. You get what, that's like the scale of it. So if the price does go crazy and you guys are worried about ruining utility, because that is my big concern. If the price does go crazy, what happens to the utility and the function of the coin? I cannot expect people in Africa. I cannot expect people in the Middle East. I cannot expect people that I know in Mexico to spend $1,000 just to open up a wallet. I can't do that. No. So a Stellar Consensus Protocol vote, right, to change the amount of lumens it takes to open a wallet would happen, which would stop that mechanical freeze of the product, okay? So for those of you out there that have had the concerns that I had, that if Stellar does go completely nuclear, all right, and just goes totally bonkers off the wall price-wise, don't worry. The utility of the token can be fixed with a Stellar Consensus Protocol by changing the amount of lumens it would take to open up a wallet. Boom, digest that one for you, all right? So one of my biggest concerns, all right, is addressable, all right? So that's kind of something I wanted to keep up with you guys. Let's see here. Jack says, zooming in more, Danelle Dixon, she is a hottie. She's very pleasing on the eyes, but you know what's really cool about her? Dude, she's an awesome speaker, man. She's a very professional lady, but she's also fun. Like, one of the coolest things was, and if any of you guys were watching Meridian at the end in her closing statements, she actually said that Stellar, and I'm kidding, I'm not paraphrasing this. She said that Stellar was an OG crypto. Like, how cool is that, man? Like, where else do you see people, like, I don't know, just using vernacular that's just very unique like that? She said Stellar is an OG crypto. So it was really cool to see her not be like a stuffed shirt, like acting all, you know, proper and whatnot. So it was really neat. But while I catch my breath real quick, I'm going to catch up on questions. Everyone, cheers to you. Cheers to the success of the channel. Thank you for the support. Everyone, please cheers. Have a drink. So for those of you guys out there that do have a beverage, please. And real quick, for those of you that have paid attention, it's hard to see because I make this camera small. I got my drums in the background here because I am redoing my studio yet again, one more time, because continuous improvement is better than delayed perfection. But let's get caught up on comments. And Jack, please do check her out. Check out her Twitter account. If you guys are interested in Danelle Dixon, she's very active on Twitter. Go check her out. Really cool chick. Very smart, man. Really, really smart chick. Khalid says, it's like you said yesterday. If they're doing an in-person Meridian in the first half of the year, they're going to hit a milestone. Khalid, you're right, man. And that's what I'm thinking. For those of you that don't know what Khalid is talking about, and this, Khalid, again, thank you for watching and thank you being dedicated. Please send me that email, all right, man? Please send me that email, all right? I'm going to bug you about that, all right? I'm going to bug you about that. But what Khalid's talking about is, yes, there was an announcement, all right, that said they want to do like a Meridian 2022 in the first half of this next year. Maybe not necessarily a Meridian 2022, but they want to do a big event in 2022 in person. And yes, I have a feeling a lot of it has to do with MoneyGram deployment, because in 2022, the Stellar MoneyGram connection is going to be launched in 11 countries. All right. So I will be sure to keep everyone updated on those 11 countries and the progress that happens with that. So Khalid, I think something big's going to happen. And I'm kind of wondering, dude, I think I would love to attend. I really would. Like, I love like kind of hanging out on the keyboard, like on the tech stuff, because I was able to do shorts during it, but it was really cool. And thank you. I'll check my mail. I probably won't do it tonight again because it's going to be late. But I will make sure I get back to you tomorrow. All right, man. And let's see. Ask me about it. Says, what do you think Stellar needs to do to get into more people's wallets? Do you think they will focus more on marketing the company? All right. Ask me about it. This is, I'll tell you what they're doing wrong. All right. I'm going to tell you this right now. Okay. Let's do this. All right. Let's deep dive just really quick on what Stellar's doing wrong. All right. Let's do this. All right, let's be cool. Let's take a video that I've done recently here, okay? So let's pick this video, all right? So this video up on the screen, it's got, I don't know, how old is this one? This video is from November 16th, all right? So it's 2 days old. It's got almost 2,000 views, 51 comments, 106 likes, right? It's 2 days old. You guys get what I'm saying? It's 2 days old, man. Stellar's video, all right? Let's not look at the MoneyGram one, because I've been pushing a lot of people to MoneyGram, so don't do that one. Look at their videos, though. 810, 806, 501. Let's just click on a random one, all right? And let's just pause it so we don't get sound. Okay, but they don't have comments public either. And also there's, I mean, yeah, okay, likes, but where's the engagement, right? Where is the engagement? You know what I mean? Like, I guess I don't understand that. Where is the engagement? And Danelle admitted that. She did. She admitted that they need to be engaged on many different levels, okay? So ask me about it. What can they do to focus more on marketing? They did. They said they're going to focus more on marketing. That is going to be their big initiative or one of their big initiatives going forward is going to be exactly that. It's going to be marketing, okay? And that's active participation. And let me get you the right picture right here, okay? Which is engaging people, companies, and resources to create an impact. So ask me about it. We are a resource. We can contact Stellar and we can send them messages through Discord. I mean, you name it. We can tell them ideas that we have, or we could start our own project and use Stellar for funding and build it that way too. So yes, Stellar is missing the boat with certain free resources. We already talked about their Facebook page. I am not a Facebook fan. I am telling you that right now. I am not a Facebook fan. Dude, no way. I do not like that stuff. But Stellar isn't using Facebook. There's a whole nother marketplace that does use Facebook. Okay, so for instance, I don't do TikTok on this channel. I bet you I'm missing out on a whole bunch of people. Okay, I don't know if it's right or wrong for me as a creator to ignore a whole market pool, but I don't do TikTok, okay? So maybe I'm making a mistake. But Stellar being a business, okay, that wants to grow, they should be in every platform. Now, okay, I want you guys to look at something too. This is, again, where does Stellar mess up? How do you grow? I ask you guys for help. I ask you guys. I go on the comments, right? I give the thank yous. I ask you guys how to help me with stuff. I've had people tell me to fix this and this and this. I've done it. You guys help make the channel better, right? So that's why I post on the community page. And I post lots of juicy stuff on here so that I'm always keeping you guys interested in what's going on with the channel, okay? The community page is where we hang out on a really quick granular level. You guys can give me some stats, some details, and thank you everyone for voting in the SDF report card for Meridian. But now look at Stellar's page. Go to their community tab. This channel hasn't posted yet. Oh, that's sad. Like, that's really sad. So you see what I'm saying? Stellar is missing on free opportunities because you can get huge collaboration through YouTube. They were talking about holding a podcast. I said, well, why don't you do a podcast on Facebook Live? Can you imagine that? If we were to go and watch a Stellar podcast on Facebook Live and they did a Q&A and we all could do that? You know how awesome that would be? So ask me about it. What can we do? We can contact Stellar. We can tell Stellar, hey, do the podcast. Open it up. Ooh, I'm sorry about that, guys. Open it up, live Q&A, right? Get your director of development on there. Get some of your tech people on there. Get people on there that are good about, like your liquidity pools and so forth. Yeah, so Stellar's missing out on the availability of the different types of digital media out there. The other thing that Stellar is missing out on is use case. Does anyone, the majority of us started with Stellar investing in XLM as the native token. We didn't, a lot of people, okay, and I have a lot of good data regarding this on the channel. A lot of people did not know what Stellar was when they invested in it. They liked the logo, they liked the colors, they liked the price, you name it, okay? They didn't understand that Stellar was a utility token for helping the underbanked and the underserved in the world, all right? So getting the message out there of even what Stellar is as a product, and I say product loosely, okay? But what they are as a product is huge. So Grassroots is going to start with us. I personally am going to put a lot of pressure on Stellar with the channel. That's why I asked you guys to go to that MoneyGram video that they have. And again, like it's this one right here. It's called MoneyGram Pilot Demo. So if you search in there, MGI Pilot Demo Stellar, you will see that, okay? You will see that. Go on there and tell them Family Hobbies and Cards sent you, because I'm going to start leveraging the strength of the channel to start helping Stellar out with more of a grassroots thing on my end. They're not asking me to do this. I believe in the mission, and I think we can leverage the channel, and we could leverage all of us and the brains of all of us to help with Stellar development initiatives. And I think we can help spread the word, because there's a lot of use cases that all of us, like, think about this. Wouldn't you guys like to be able to send each other lumens, right? Instead of using PayPal and paying 1.75%, 1.5%. Like, Khalid, wouldn't you like to send money to your dad, like using Stellar instead of paying 40 to 50 bucks with Western Union? Like, I think a lot of us out there, what about Ask Me About It? What about all your workers that like send the stuff home? Like, we need to make sure that we're tackling people in our own lives and spreading the word about that first, because our use cases start at home. Our use cases start with us at home, impacting locally, right? We want to impact our local, and we want to develop local to then scale to impact globally, okay? So that is how we can help out Stellar, by helping out, going on their Discord, going on their chats, being active here. Give me any information you guys can, and we'll try to bring it on to them. Let me get caught up on comments here real quick. Let's see. Cleet says you already did email. Thank you so much about that. Like I said, I will check it. Jack said, tell the Stellar CEOs I will wrap my van with Stellar promo and promote them down in PR. The best thing we can do, right, is stuff just like that. Get the word, tell people about it. Tell people why. Don't just tell them why. Why should people be interested in Stellar? Why should we start learning about decentralized finance? Why should we start learning about the benefits of blockchain, the efficiency of it versus traditional currency? There's so much about there that we could inform people on it. Vegas G says, yo, not sure if you're a big guy on TA, but check out the ascending wedge on Stellar in the daily. Absolutely crazy. I don't have it up right now. I'm totally paying 110%. You guys can actually see on my screen, like, you know, what my things are here, and you can see I don't have any charting software up right now whatsoever. I've totally kept this about you guys. One thing, who wants juicy bits? If you're watching right now and you want juicy bits, I got one for you. Check this out. Yes, demo videos of everything that was on. Yep, was on there. Yep, meridian.stellar.org.demos. Let me go to that. Give me a second here. www.meridian.org. All right, give me a second here. All right, oops, I screwed that up. It would probably help if I put the right one in, huh? Meridian.stellar. I'm going to try to get this in the chat for you guys so that you guys have this. Give me a second here. Dun, dun, dun. All right, well, why can't I do that? Okay, well, anyways, I'm trying to figure out a way that I can get this to you guys. But if you look up on the screen right now, these are all the demos, all right, that they had in the presentations for that, okay? So if you go to Meridian, okay, so again, if you type in, you go to Meridian's page, Stellar Demos, okay? So if you go to Meridian, you go to their main page, go to the demos up on the top, you're going to see it. One of you guys out there was asking about pendulum and swap, and ask me about it. Thank you again, kind sir. Yeah, have a good night, man. Like, stay safe, dude, and keep doing what you're doing. So thank you again. Ask me about it. I really do appreciate that. But yeah, check it out, guys. Meridian.stellar.org demos. Okay, so let's get you there just from the beginning. Okay, so if you go to Google, and no, there's no porn on my thing. Okay, there's no porn on the desktop. You guys are not bad. If you go to meridian.stellar.org, all right, and you go near the top middle, you're gonna see a screen called demos. Any demo you want to see regarding Stellar was on there. Was so impressive to see. You guys go check that page out. That was really, really cool. For people that were wondering about on-off ramps with Ethereum, check out Pendulum Demo, okay? Check out Pendulum Demo. That is what you guys need to check out. Legit stuff. And again, ask me about it. Thank you so much. Make sure you get some rest, dude, and enjoy your night. That's really cool. Thank you again. I really do appreciate that. Jack says, Tom's Army, he's cool, but we XLM fans are long-term. I don't short any of my coins. Doesn't matter the price. Yeah, Jack, my thing is this. I have some plays that are short-term, but my cryptos are long. And the reason my cryptos are long is I really think that once we weather this first headwind of crappy SEC regulations, I think it's going to be big. I think once the hedge funds come in, that is when money really opens up. The money that's in crypto right now is heavy fiat printed, right? Heavily printed money that's been dumped in our systems globally, all right? Heavily from that source. Hedge funds are still holding on to billions, and they're not dumping them into native tokens. Not yet. Once hedge funds get the okay, that is when the money will flood in like crazy. All right. So again, I'm long-term, but there's going to be some really, really big things here that are going to be coming up soon. So again, Meridian demos, guys. Like I said, I've always got really juicy bits for you, but I have a couple more slides and then we're going to get to the Q&A part here. And then give me a second. Let's go to Meridian 7. All right, real quick here. Meridian 7, demand inclusion. Think, speak, and activate resources to drive inclusion in all dimensions. Inclusion is important because we have to understand that inclusion means all of us have to work together with this, and we have to include those that are in need, and we have to include everyone, right? So that's just kind of obvious. And impact policy, that is, Stellar is going to look to stay with policymakers in 2022 and keep encouraging policymakers on the right direction. So that was my my big things here. The big one, though, is Stellar is very focused on their mission, and 2025 is their goal to be their global payment standard. I want you to think about that. 2025, and I'm going to write it down here in the chats for everyone. It'd help if I put an unlock on. 2025, Stellar's goal is to be the global global payment standard. Standard. All right, there we go. All right, I typed that horribly. All right. It says here, don't ask why. So Stellar actually holding. Yeah, I haven't checked the charts I've been keeping up with you guys. But yeah, do you guys have any comments or questions regarding any of this stuff? I mean, I know I went through a ton of data, you guys, seriously, over the last few days. I know this has been really, really gritty stuff. I mean, I have counted. I have over 20 pages of notes from 2 days. I can't even tell you how many slides I have. Tons of data. So if you guys got questions, comments, anything like that, now is the time to ask them. I have my whole Stellar notebook of just cool stats, notes, things, observations. I got a whole bunch of notes here that I didn't, obviously go everything in depth. So now is the time to ask the questions. Now is the time to put the comments down. So if you got them, chime them down there. Let me know if you got any questions, comments. I am going to take another sip of wine. This is red muscadine wine. I don't know if any of you guys are wine fans out here, but muscadine wine, I like this stuff. It's a little different, but I like it. And the nice thing about muscadine wine, and I'm getting to learn this too, is the flavor profile changes a little bit as it warms up, and it just a little bit sweeter, a little bit more tartness to it. So kind of cool. But yeah, that's what we got going on. Meridian 2021, I thought was super successful. I was extremely impressed with everything that I saw from Meridian 2021. Some of the big takeaways that I had from it is, again, Stellar recognized that their wallet growth over the last couple of years is not there. They said specifically they need to see more in asset holders. They also said that they need to engage more with the community. And the engagement in the community is us, right? That is us watching. That is you guys participating in the Meridian 2021s, 2022s, all right? Sniff says, just showing up, what's the big news? Sniff, we're going over what happened with Stellar at Meridian 2022. It was, and think good thoughts. I'm going to get to that really soon, all right? So Sniff, if you missed it, dude, just go into the live stream. Once this stream is over, okay, what's going to happen is this is going to load up in the folder. Just go back and whatever you see on the screen, okay, that's the topic I'm talking about, all right? So just kind of, if it's something you think you missed out, you know, you're welcome to go back, but we talked pretty much everything regarding Meridian 2021. So let's get back here. Jack says, nice. If there's some demos, we could post them on our Facebook pages. Yes, Jack, there are demos. All of these here are demos that you are welcome to do with whatever you want. And let me get you guys a link, okay? Let me see if I can get you guys a link here really quick. Meridian 2021, and I'm gonna see if I can get you guys a link up on here. See, this is where I wish my wife was here, because my wife would be able to help me with this stuff. So I can do this. So let's go to demos. I'm going to post all the demos up on the screen for you guys because I am a good person. So again, here are all the demos for you. Jack, take them, spread them, do what you guys want with them. Check out those demos, all right? That's what's up on the screen right now. That's the link I just posted in the charts. All right, let's see. Think Good Thought says, is it smarter to buy XLM coins or get into Grayscale GXLM? It depends what your appetite and risk factors. And again, like, this isn't financial advice. This is, I'm telling you how, like, I'm playing this. All right. Like, Stellar is very volatile. Crypto is very volatile. This, although this looks dirty, this is not dirty. This is pretty mild. I mean, like, this range here isn't that crazy. And this just started. Okay. Realistically, we're going to have to wait. I would say, I'm going to have to see at least 2 months worth of data before I start drawing really tight correlations between Grayscale Stellar Lumens Trust and the native XLM token. All right. I'm going to have to do that. And here's why. Let's blow this out to 1 month and look at that. Right. And then if we do this here now, this won't work because they're not here for a month, or they're pretty close to a month. Yeah. See, so we're going to have to see some more data before we start any recommendations regarding Grayscale Trust or Stellar Lumens. I will do full disclosure. I bought Grayscale's Trust, and I told you guys about it on the channel that I bought it. I actually did a short. I already flipped it for, holy shit. God, I bought it right around 50 was my average, and I dumped it under right around 80, like 78 something I think I was hitting my average on. So I made quite a bit on that right off on just a quick hit. I played it pretty easy. But yeah, we just need more time to see what is going to happen with Grayscale Stellar Lumens Trust to see if it reacts and tangles with the native token of Stellar XLM. Because if we draw that in right now, right, you could see that it doesn't full on move with it. It's not in lockstep correlation at all at this point. So let's see. Chris Singletary. Now, Chris Singletary, I don't know if you're a Chicago Bears fan, but that is a total Chicago Bears name. Just throwing it out there for all my Chicago fans. Chris Singletary says, potential price prediction after the MoneyGram deal. Okay, so now, Chris, in 2022, okay, in 2022, all right, they're going to be launching 11 different countries that they're going to be launching the Stellar MoneyGram wallet exchange through, okay? We need to see that data first, okay? Once we see that data, I think you're going to see more movement. Now, that being said, though, we all know Bitcoin rules the roost, right? And Bitcoin can pull XLM down. Realistically speaking, I'm only going to look at my price prediction by the end of the year. I will be happy if we're at 50 cents. Very happy if we're at 55, and I will be very bullish case at the end of the year at 60 cents. All right. And the only reason I said is because there's a lot of headwinds that we're facing, and a lot of big hitters know that. All right. So in terms of potential price prediction after the MoneyGram deal, if Stellar goes to scale with MoneyGram and they become the leader, MoneyGram is going to steal market share from Western Union and all them, and will put them to bed. That is when Stellar really, really can hit and take off. Let's see. Sniff says, will Stellar have any metaverse partnerships? I didn't hear anything about them talk about metaverse partnerships. What they did say, though, and they did suggest it, okay? And again, this is something for you guys out there, okay, for you tech-savvy guys. They did say they would be interested in seeing some sort of NFT thing tied to games with Stellar. All right. So they didn't say anything public about it because you got to remember they have to watch what they say too if things aren't public yet. But they did say they would like to see an NFT program tied to games with Stellar. All right, Jack chimes in, says 2025, I'll be 49. I'll still be a mid-aged man that can enjoy the profits of having patience. Yeah, good for you. Good for you, Jack. Yeah, I mean, I'm sitting there too, right? I'm at least holding 2.5 years at the minimum. I mean, at the minimum. And if other investments I have are paying the dividends that I need, I'm just going to keep pushing Stellar further out and just make more on it. It's all about me. It's about me rotating my funds and rotating my assets and my allocations. Chris Singletary says Eagles fan. Well, I mean, you know why I said Chris Singletary, so obviously, you know what I was going with. But yeah, if you guys got questions, if you guys got comments, let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know what you thought of live stream too, right? I mean, you guys liking this live stream kind of stuff where we kind of catch up on things, where we interact with each other. Let me know. I'm a huge fan of getting feedback from you guys. Huge fan of getting feedback from you guys. And I've been super happy and pleased with the progress of the channel and super pleased with the support that I've been getting from you guys. The live stream we did yesterday had like an average of like 40-something people at all times on that live stream. And I was looking at the stats of it. Holy crap, was it nuts, man. Totally awesome. Khalid says, I think November with ISO 20,022 will impact Stellar big time. Yeah, 2022 is the year. I really do. I know we're dealing with volatility right now, okay? I do believe we're going to see more volatility in 2022, and that barking means that my wife's home. The dogs are freaking out. But yeah, I do. I think you're going to see a lot of volatility in the whole crypto space, all right? I really do. I think you're going to see volatility because we still don't have regulation yet. But the more that these countries are regulating crypto, the more it's going to be a safer landing for all of us, okay? The risk factor becomes less and less the more that countries regulate. And I know that sounds weird, right? Because we don't want countries and governments to regulate. But the more regulation that happens, the less it has to fall down, okay? The less that floor risk becomes an issue. Let's see. Here Don't Ask says, who has my seed keys? I mean your Prius keys, because we did equate Stellar to being a Prius. It was pretty funny. But yeah, so that's what we had. We had Meridian 2021. Huge success, guys. I thought it was great. The speakers were awesome. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to tell you guys of the speakers that are on there who I thought were the stars, all right? So if you guys are Twitter people out there and you want to follow these people on Twitter, I am going to give you a really quick breakdown of all these speakers here, right? So if you got questions, now's the time to hit them up, okay? Because I'm going to go through these speakers. I'm going to tell you who is worthwhile and really quick kind of like why on each person, okay? So if you like Twitter, if you like following people, if you want to know what people are doing behind the scenes business-wise, this is going to be your list from Meridian 2021 of your key speakers and the key people that if you're into crypto, you're into DeFi, you're into blockchain, these are the people that you should be following because they are brilliant ones. And cheers, of course, everyone. And Eric chimes in. And Eric says, all about the juicy bits. And it is about the juicy bits, man. Like, juicy bits, man. I love juicy bits. And stats, juicy stats. I love going stats. Do you guys like the stats, too? Let me know real quick, like in the comments, too. Like, besides questions, did you guys like the deep dive analytics and like the real hardcore derivative data analytics that we did? If you guys like that kind of stuff, I can only do that too. I mean, I can always do that too. So just let me know. But yeah, let's do it. Let's talk about speakers who I was impressed with. So that way, any of you guys out there that like Twitter and stuff like that, let's see. And Think Good Thoughts says, great channel info here. Thank you. Well, thank you, Think Good Thoughts. I appreciate the feedback. I get that warm, fuzzy feeling when I read that kind of stuff. And thank you to the fans. Yeah, thank you to you guys. Here Don't Ask says, if only he read the comment before. Who has my seed keys? It says, who has my seed keys? I'm missing on that. Here Don't Ask. Yeah, I am. I'm totally missing on that one. Did I miss your comment, dude? I'm sorry about that here. My bad on that. It's really hard for me to keep up, but, Stellar actually holding. Yeah, let me know, Here Don't Ask what your comments were, but let's go through these speakers real quick. I will tell you who was awesome. Okay. Candace Kelly, General Counsel, Stellar. Brilliant lady. Whoa. Smart. All right. David, all right? And Candace Kelly, she was really good with counsel because she really knew how to explain stuff without getting way too legalese on talk. So I really did respect that. David, dude, this guy, he was very heavy on tech stuff. So if you guys like deep dives, David would be someone you would want to follow. If Stellar is ever doing a presentation where David is one of the main speakers, I am listening. I am listening. That was whoa impressive. Danelle, I don't want to give her any credit because she's probably watching or something like that. But no, she did a great job. Karen Chang, excellent as well too. Newer player to Stellar, very awesome because you could tell that she's new and yet she believes the same thing that they do. Tomer, superstar. This guy came on a couple times. Again, another person you want to hear. Okay, so now let's talk about some good ones. Okay, let's go to Loanis, amazing. Okay, this is the gentleman that is talking about Wire. Shivani, another good one, founder CEO of Tala. I will listen to these three people right here. 24. She acted as the moderator, so I'm not ripping on her, but it's these three people here. Emmer, Loanis, and Shivani were awesome. I mean, were freaking cool. Okay, so now getting into the next group of speakers. Anke, whoa, as a moderator, she did great. This girl is sharp. She is sharp. Frederick was awesome. Okay, he was a Lightment guy. This dude is really neat. And actually, all these people on this board were really cool. Tori Samples, all right? But I will tell you this. Tori Samples, though, stole the show because she talked about Leaf and what Leaf was able to do with refugees in use cases. So Tori Samples really was amazing. I mean, just amazing with what she did, okay? So again, she is going to be someone I am definitely going to follow, okay? She is the she's the co-founder and CTO, Chief Technical Officer for Leaf Global FinTech. All right, so we go to liquidity and automated market makers. Justin Rice is a rock star. He was the MC of the event. Really cool. Dima. Yo, you guys got to listen to this guy. Dima was awesome. For all of you Ultra Stellar fans out there, follow this guy. Listen to him. This is bright. He was very, very big into liquidity pools, automated market makers, and the stats. He was a rock star with that stuff, okay? So then we go to the fireside chat. Danelle Dixon, we're not going to rate her. We're not going to rate Jed, but Lauren did great. As the head of communications, Lauren did great, and she even talked about, too, just reaching more people. I like that. National approaches to regulation. Kristen Smith is awesome, but the person who stole the show was Olayinka. Olayinka, David West, was brilliant beyond belief. This lady was the person that I was the most impressed with out of everyone there. Don't get me wrong. I was impressed with a bunch. For me, the way she presented her stuff just was, I was so impressed with how she did. I mean, just so impressed. So yes, she was really good. Okay, so now getting on public and private digital currencies. Dante, Rockstar. All right, Dante, Rockstar. We already talked about Candace. Josh got lots of love, but Dante, yes. All right, Dante, awesome. Going to the growth of Stellar. Boris, dude, Boris was another good one. I would gladly follow him and the things that he says. Really, really, really neat. Seth was cool to listen to, and Patrick was really good as well with Securrency, but Boris is definitely an awesome one, all right? And let me just get cut off with comments real quick here. Here Don't Ask says, no problem. Yeah, sorry, if I missed something, dude, that's my bad. Like, I do apologize for that. I'm sorry. It's so hard to keep up with comments and then keep up with this and, like, my presentation at the same time. So I'm sorry about that. Let's see. Jack says 50, 60 cents by end of the year. That would be great. Yeah, I know. People thought I was, like, going crazy only saying 50 to 60 cents. But the reality is there are headwinds that we have to deal with. Here Don't Ask says, VCAD, Canadian digital dollar on the Stellar network, waiting for the drop to finish, though. Yes. And Here Don't Ask, I don't know if you were here for that, but I have it up on the screen right now. It's the Central Bank Digital Currency Tracker.org, CBDCtracker.org, okay? CBDCtracker.org. All right, I got that link up there. All right, hopefully I did that right. Did I? Let me know if that link works, guys. Hold on, let me say www.cbdctracker.org. Let me know if that works. All right. Sorry about that. But yeah, Here Don't Ask. This is something, okay, with the VCAD. Like, if you're interested on what's happening and what they're doing, check out this CBDC tracker. There's a lot of cool hypertext that you can click on that tells you actually what it is that they're working on. Really, really cool stuff. And actually all the news that's highlighted to it too. So if you guys want juicy bits, like the juicy bits, go here, because you could go on this stuff and you can click on here and you can open this up. And the cool thing about it is they're going to tell you about all the articles that tied into that. All right. So if you're listening, there's some huge news on this. Again, CBDC tracker.org. All right. Central Bank Digital Currency Tracker.org. Lots of cool things. So for my VCAD fans out there, all right, go to Canada. All right. Check it out. You can go to the $E for Canada. Sorry. And you could track all the different news for it. All right. Really neat stuff to see. So let's go to Jock. Says this dive is great. It's like insider info. Keep it up. Yeah, it was a lot of fun keeping up with XLM, Stellar XLM and their presentation for Meridian 2021. Now to move on, crystal ball predictions of this group right here. Ruben did an amazing job. Lisa, Nestor, whoa. Again, another person that I would like to follow. And Amit. Amit is the CEO and founder of Finclusive. Amit was a very brilliant man to listen to. I was heavily impressed by him, and he was very well spoken. Scrolling down then, Stellar's Future, Tomer, All-Star, Danelle Dixon. I won't mention her because we don't want to help her ego out. But yeah, so that's what I had, you guys. Stellar's Meridian 2021 in review by Klaus from Family Hobbies and Cards. What did you guys think about that stuff? If you guys got questions, comments, put them down there now. I think, though, I'm probably going to be shutting it down soon. It has been 2 extremely long days for me. I have been pretty much going non-stop here the last couple days, keeping up with comments and posts and videos and stuff like that. So that's why I haven't posted a video. I have been 24/7 just digesting Meridian 2021, trying to break it down to you guys. Whew, yeah. All right. So, yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to log off now. I think I'm going to chill out. My wife just got home. I think I'm going to rest a little bit. I'm probably going to even take the boat out this weekend and chill out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my outro. But first, I'm going to say thank you. I'm going to say sincere thank you to you guys out there. Y'all are the best fans. And I'm super thankful and super gracious for everything you guys have done. You guys are really great people. And yeah, I mean it. I really mean it. So thank you everyone out there who's been watching, and thank you fans. And I will continue to dive deep, and I will continue to bring it harder than any other channel out there. All that I ask is that you hit the like button, you drop me comments, and you spread the channel to other people out there so that we can grow the Stellar family. Y'all ready for the outro? So Klaus, Family Hobbies and Cards, much love for